global event in London a few weeks back, and they were actually, everyone was like, oh, it's Latin America. We don't really, I mean, who cares? They showed people why they should care, because they came out and they were actually doing pretty good. So I'm looking to see what they'll be doing, and well, I mean, if things go their way, they'll get themselves to another big global event here in Stockholm next month.
I'm absolutely sure that we have a region in our hands that has so much potential.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
so many. For example, they have so many players that are willing to take a risk. It's not as we saw today in the European Wingman series. It's more laid back, trying to figure out positioning.
Yeah.
But these are individually strong players that are willing to try to carry their squad and be the hero of an entire round, really showcasing their skill, their movement, their aim, and all of this comes together in the Latin American Masters. And that's why I think the 5 matches today, by the way, it's day 1, 5 times Erangel, tomorrow it's 5 times Miramar, and then on the last day, day 3, we do 3 times Miramar, 3 times Erangel as the last day. All of this counts towards one leaderboard. So it's just day 1 now.
It is going to be absolutely crazy. And of course, right off the bat here, things could only get interesting. This specific group of teams might not have played against each other, just these guys together. So who knows? Who knows? First game, let's get things shaken up and see if anyone manages to land on top of one another. We're seeing a lot of traffic go down over school and apps. Down in the area of Rostock there too, see Singularity get themselves looted up. Danish Orc, by the way, gotta give a shout out to Atla, the owner. Great guy, great guy. I love
Look at that Younkush
nice
we had yesterday
Yeah.
in the South American Duo Series. Put on a great show with his teammate. That was some crucial moments that he managed to get through. So I'm looking forward to that team here. And over the Singularity, obviously, like I said, they won a round yesterday. Poem is one of the key players there. And we also have, I'm just quickly checking, there is, where is he? Rusty, look at that. Psychopata and Rusty Zera.
Yeah.
That was a duo
exactly.
from yesterday, yeah. And these guys love to third party, and they know when to either pick a fight or just wait, even if it's just 5 seconds, to be in an even better position to get a kill.
And the thing is here, I mean, now some of you guys sitting out there watching might be saying, who cares about them playing duos? Well, this is a squad tournament. This is the real deal. Believe me, a lot of things can be taken away. If you're sitting and you've played a duo tournament, not only played one, but done well coming into today, that's you having full faith in that one teammate you have with you. Yeah. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe it'll be split off 2-2 at some point. Maybe you'll just be you 2 guys remaining, and then everything you did together yesterday and the days before in those Wingman Duo tournaments will come into play and will work in your favor. Now, Furia getting themselves looted up, and Yasnaya should have an easy time here with the circle being the way and the spot that it is. They'll have, well, I mean, everything up for grabs, at least for now.
Yeah, that's definitely a city that can rule all alone right now and get all the loot. You said correctly, squats is obviously different. There's way more work in rotation, and if you spot an enemy, there's still another 3 around probably, so that changes the game quite heavily. But on the other side, in duos, it's slightly more onto individual skill and reaction to a situation, which definitely helps some of the teams here. Ali, we also saw him yesterday, so a lot of familiar names, a lot of big names. It's obviously Latin American grand. I mean, that is the grand final of the Masters. There's no one here that doesn't deserve to be here. And also, this is broadcast in English, in Portuguese, and in Spanish. Yeah. To make sure that really everyone can watch this. So, oh, there's Heino. Where's his teammate, High Power? He should be with him as well.
Yeah,
that was duo as well.
Military.
Just saying, yeah. There they are. They're checking out Sosnovka Island.
Should be pretty decent loot coming up from them. Now they got 45 seconds until that circle is going to go. Rachira and the guys getting themselves looted up, and Lipovka should have a rather easy rotation out from here as well. And of course, I mean, I'm somewhat surprised to see that no one's running into each other. Of course, that's probably one of 2 things. A, it's random, could have happened, or B, these guys have done their homework and they've done it well, and it's most likely it's that last thing.
5 matches a day. There's no reason to hot drop right now.
Not at all. I mean, there's rarely ever a reason in general to even do it, but the fact that it actually all worked out, it wasn't one of those, oh, I thought we had this spot to ourselves, and then all of a sudden everyone's standing there looking at each other without weapons and going like, oh my lord, we need to get away from here.
I mean, PG's the only, one of the few teams that is split a bit. We saw that that they were going to smaller compounds, so they split up into duos.
Yeah.
Fine as well. The Space Monkeys are having a big trailer right now. It's a bit of a road trip.
Yeah, I mean, this rotation should be easy enough for them. They'll be coming in from the west side. Sure, they might be a little late to it now as well, but with them rotating before the circle even starts closing, it's just going to be a matter of where are you headed. You can see Mike, he's making his way up towards Kill Hill, as some like to call it, on the southeastern side of Pochinki. They can rotate further on up from there, make their way up over Potato Mountain, and inside the circle from there. Should be pretty straightforward. Now, one interesting thing is, at least for squads, we like to say that teams love going center, especially in the first circle. First circle. But then when we look at the center of the first circle here, there is not a whole lot to play around. Sure, you have a few compounds. You have the forest side, little island down there. But other than that, there's
I'm not sure if you want to be stuck in that immediately. MK14 here in the first crate, I think. That should be the first one. I'm wondering if anyone is going up to Severny and rotate all the way up north.
Could
because
be,
that's
if you're
currently
Western
open.
team. Yeah,
that's currently open. And I think there was Boss and another team. Yeah, here, Boss. They could go there, shooting range, and then trying to have a position there and play from north to south.
Yeah, the thing about going over east in that regard is that if you go across here, anywhere outside or anywhere west of Yasnaya, you have to cross a bridge. That is something people rarely take into account. Everything west of Yasnaya, and Yasnaya is rather east, keep that in mind. Everything west of Yasnaya, as far as crossing north to south, is over a bridge. Looking at all these rotation shots coming on in. No kills so far, but we are starting to see some smoking vehicles. Pum and Singularity, are they going to get the first kill? Not only of the game, but of the Latin American Grand Finals? Nope, not right now.
And they all tried to get some shots connected, but not going to happen yet. Pome and his team are hanging out on the roof there. We see Boss at least go slightly up north, but there's also Ribux from Singularity that might... I mean, it's interesting that Singularity is currently set up to actually get as much intel as possible, but Yunkish actually gets the first one. Rusty Zera is down already with help of Necro. Yunkish getting another one. That's the rotation running right into Prontag, and that's not perfectly for BRC. What a weak start now with having one dropped already. I'm not sure if they can pick up another one. And even Andy is in a bit of a struggle right now here on the bike, as Didizor had a great shot early on.
They were rotating out from Pochinki, thought they had the knowledge they needed in order to make their rotation, but did not pay off the way they wanted it to at all. And an early loss of Rusty could become a rough game for them. We'll see how much it'll impact things in the long run. But of course, coming off to a good start in the tournament with so few games to play is it's not critical necessarily. You can step up over the next 2 days, but of course you want to get off to a good start so you don't have to start hunting people in the end of it.
Space Monkey's also now involved in the attempt to stop rotations. Looking all around our angle right now. It's like lean left, right, left, right, left, right. I wonder if that was part of his workout as well.
I mean, there's multiple reasons why you want to lean like that, because you never want to be a stale target, especially when you're out in the open like that. Everyone could be sitting behind trees with their Kar 98 saying, "Stand still for me, please. Stand still. Stand still for that 1 second."
We always see those moments, like when we're sitting here, it's like, take the shot, come on.
Yeah.
But nothing is going to happen.
They are dodging their potential enemies. That's always the way you want to do it.
So BRC, did they lose?
They lost Rusty, yep.
Rusty definitely,
down,
yeah. Rusty Zera is out, so they're down to 3 already early on.
Arguably the strongest team in the groups. Some guys out there in the chat might say, "Oh, Tobi, that's just because they made it to face a global summit." But yeah,
but they made it for a reason.
They did make it. So they are indeed a team to be dealt with, and this start, of course, we'll see how will impact the rest of the game here.
Yeah, top time for PUBG B. Because it's a puck, and then, you know, the dock. They're just crossing the bridge, so they're lucky that no one was actually waiting for them, because there's still a circle. They could have potentially be a team waiting, but everyone is concentrating on the middle of the current circle. As you said before, in squats, they prefer to be on the center rather than rotating around.
There's multiple reasons to it. Mostly is the fact that no matter where the circle goes, statistically, if you're in the middle, you will have a bigger chance of either being in or being rather close to it. Now, we'll see where that next one will force us to go.
I think Furia.
South.
Oh, look at this.
PG
Furia
and
has
Puck,
to move.
Yeah, Puck B. I think they're pretty satisfied with this shift. They can take farm. They can sit wherever they want down there. Shield is up for grabs. You have the entire eastern forest side down towards prison. is available too. And then, of course, all the lovely compounds down south. The only thing here is going to be if all these teams commit south, we can see a lot of movement right now, and the circle goes back up north. I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a lot of compounds available, and the fight's already starting.
Yeah, there's Lawrence Sid and his squad waiting for the Space Monkeys. Judo just basically driving right into us. RDS tries to find the first quick peek here at Judo. Not going to happen, though. He's still behind the wall. Oh, I was wondering if he's pushing in, but he isn't.
Yep.
But RDS is not aware that he went that further down the wall. Look at him. He still thinks he's here.
Interesting here is that Jutro is by himself. The other Space Monkeys, they did not dare to make that cross on over. And Espada, they're trying to hold him off. Unfortunately now, Lauren made his way over from the warehouse, so they got 4-man strong inside the compound. But
oh no, they're shooting from the back. They're
completely
shooting down the hill.
Here. Yep, shots are coming in from the side. They're trying to help out as best as they can because they got one guy pretty much stuck down there. Now he's starting to take fire from multiple angles.
Down to 11. Oh yeah, now he's got knocked by GBL. There was probably no way to kind of walk around that because he was all alone, sitting right next to the squad. And there's now they get third party from the other side as well. And we see it on the kill feed. Singularity is picking up a kill with Belita from FK, and another 2 drops against them. But I think the team that just third party this fight here might be in a bad spot. Mufasa, he is still in the building and has Singularity all around him.
That was the most fortunate nade in the world. That one, though, is going to be right on his face, and he's going to go down. Palmy did get the knock on top, but there's going to be one player dead just before that happened. And that is going to be a lot of casualties coming in from FK early on. Singularity standing strong, got themselves some kills with it early, and they'll be very satisfied with those. I'm going to say that overall, I would most likely see that the top 2 teams will sit at somewhere between 6 and 8. Somewhere in between 6 and 8 points in average per game. So if you can get yourself 6 points, it could just be 6 kills early. We know they count for 1 point. That's, of course, going to be a good start, but at what risk? At what risk are you willing to try and get those early kills?
Yeah, RDS had a great shot there, at least one connecting over long range with his mini. Can be happy about that. GBL, they're basically setting up now in this compound. They got BD on the other side, the Space Monkeys down southeast. Yeah. And I think whose team is that on the southwest, though?
We had STDC sitting over there just before.
Oh yeah, they're the ones that basically third-partying them, FLG and his teammates.
Yeah, they're sitting 2-2 split right now, which fortunately hasn't really been discovered by anyone else, because that could be a pretty easy push down towards them should they realize it. The only thing is, and as we saw before, as soon as you tread out into the open here, you're going to be shot at by so many different angles that you cannot keep track of what's going on around you. And that's what I was saying before. All the compounds here, they are down south, and if this next circle goes north, I mean, it's pretty packed right now, but if you add 5 or 4 more teams to it, it's going to be real difficult to force around.
FK team might be the closest one to being eliminated. They're only on 1 now.
Yep,
Singularity with the most kills, but also down by 1 already.
Plenty of room in the south, some room in the east as well, but this circle, we know they like to be rude to us. Even if this goes center, it's going to be hard for all these teams that are trying to force their way in from the edges right now. You have Potato Hill, for those of you guys who don't know what it is that western position. Looks like a potato, and the circle is going to go, well, to a certain extent over that area, but most importantly...
Plays in the hands of Ali and Einkel, that's the team here. Because, they got Flex FG right next to them. And I'm not sure if they know about that, because both teams have been quite late to the circle.
Now they are starting to shoot, though. Seems like MAG spotted out the guys down the hill. But the question here is going to be whether they really want to take this fight or not. You got to make your way inside that circle before you start taking these aggressive fights on the edge, because you don't know what teams are sitting inside the circle, just waiting to take that third-party opportunity.
Look, really looking forward to see Chicketin playing again. I think the last time that I cast him was with Demon, and he put on a great performance. Right now falls to BRC Andy. That's another drop for them. Not yet a kill, though. The mini did all the work there. Flakes, is he pushing up? Or
they're trying to pin them in. I like this play. They know approximately where they're sitting, and they're trying to maneuver around them so they can force them out on the edge of the circle and say, you have your backs against the blue. Yeah. We can play it from the inside and be the ones waiting for you to push on towards us.
And
FG have to
realize
this. Yeah, FG have to realize this. They have to make the run on underneath. They got plenty of room to maneuver down south, and they should be moving right now, but it seems like neither of them are.
Yeah, Furious Gaming not in the best position there. Brazilian Crusaders, they picked up no kills so far, even if we gave them a lot of credits before going into this round. So far, the start wasn't perfect. Rusty Zero got caught out on the transition there in his car and was unfortunately one of the first casualties. Furious Gaming, still, they have MVG right on top of that little Potato Hill, and they want to push up because they have to. There's blue behind them, and Flakes might have a
Yeah,
first shot here, but he's getting spotted by Ali first from the other side, like up the hill, taking a lot of damage below 50.
This is gonna be ever so difficult for all these players. They're so far on the edge, and we don't know what the guys in Brazilian Crusaders would want to do as far as potentially third-partying this if they see a chance to it. We know they're aggressive, we know they want to get those kills if they have a chance to. But are they gonna dare and take that engagement here? Seems like neither of these guys really want this fight, but of course it's inevitable, and Kozas goes down.
Yeah, Energy took him there. That grenade might finish him off, I guess. Yeah, it does so. So Furious Gaming with another kill on their hands, and it seems like Malvinas Gaming is basically falling apart, which is kind of interesting since we would give them the take of the better position right now.
I mean, they made the smart playmaking way in here, but they just do not have a lot of to play, like a lot position-wise to play from, and they honestly should just be backing off. I mean, they should have backed off already, but now it's just one player remaining.
Oh, look at that rotation they did. Energy's pushing up high. They're now being sideways to Malvina Gaming. They take out Ellie, and now they're just pushing towards Ankle, and they might even pick another one up. That's 3 kills already for them.
Ankle is by himself, and then he knows exactly where he's sitting, and that is going to be Malvinas Gaming eliminated in 16th place here in game number 1. Of course, still plenty of games to go, but that is not the start you want to have to the tournament. And with this circle too, holy moly, we're going out in the open.
Yeah, that will be a lot of shifts for everyone besides STDC. They're basically sitting close to the center of it. BRC probably runs into BLT. That's south there. That's dark blue against light blue, basically.
At this point, STDC has to decide on one spot. Either you go out in the open, which would make no sense. You gotta send FLG and his teammate back to Rafa and the compound. They need to get back there right now because there's so few places to play around here that once these teams that are on the edge decide to crash, because they have the vehicles, once they decide to drive on in, they will be there, and that will be a 4v2 not in your favor. You have to make that decision and play it together now. We're in phase 4. It's going to start closing in 10 seconds, and this is going to be hard because there's only 1 or 2 spots available at all right now that you won't have to contest for.
It will be interesting if they can really play the advantage of that compound because, as you said, they're only 2 there right now. If they're not rotating into it,
they need to get the help. They need to get up there.
Yeah, they need to be like stronger on that point because it might be their only chance to survive. With everyone else looking at their position, that's the problem. It's like even if they start fighting with each other, it's still everyone will look towards the middle.
Singularity, they have made their way on in. They have a somewhat doable push down south through the forest. Should be doable if they can make some room for themselves, but we see other teams starting to engage one another. Fury has been spotted out of the distance. They actually get eliminated here too. They had a rough transition in from the north, and FK do manage to get the finish up. Only 1 player remaining though, keep that in mind. He's looting up, and Handy Who, you're under fire. Get away from there.
Panny obviously wants to finish him off right now. Not down to half health yet, but on a good way, I would say. 1 kill Pandy and 3 on his entire squad, but obviously they lost Ribox earlier on. So it will be interesting with only 3 what they can do now.
The fact that STDC still has the 2-2 split going and that they're not getting punished for it is beyond me at this point. People will be coming, and you see it right here. They will be crashing, and now they're moving on forward. Bus kills himself and his teammate, and now it's only Noah remaining.
That was very unfortunate. Definitely not what they wanted to do. Noah also falls. Hypo gets down by Rona. Boss Esports is eliminated. That's the 3rd team that we're losing here.
They did deny some points, though. That's something.
Did they?
I mean, they killed each other, right? So the raid team didn't get any kills on it because they blew each other up.
Oh, yeah, they blew each other up.
And in a system where points count for as much as they do because it's only 10 kills per win in that points regard, those 2 points missing could become a difference maker in the end. FG, they're under fire once again. Furrier, they had a good fight going up early, but now they're starting to take pressure. Do manage to find some shots from return, though.
Should have probably not stopped out. He obviously wants to flush Flakes there with the grenade, but nearly lost his own life doing so. BRC now looking at the Pronotagam, and it seems like they want to push. The only 3 you see, Rustful, obviously they lost Rusty Zero, and there's that grenade that finishes off Flakes. Energy also got down by Rustful, which means BRC actually picked up that kill. So they stole it, which is once again another important point towards the lead.
Yeah, Crusaders, they have a good chance in doing a lot of damage here. We talked about them before and how they excel at those third-party engagements. And here, good nade thrown is going to be 1 point guaranteed. And who knows what else they can get from it. But they're not going to overcommit to it. They know it's an open stretch down there. They do get the circle over in that direction. But it's not going to be an easy push, even though we say, oh, it's just 100 meters to the circle. Yep, but it's 100 difficult meters to run.
That's true. They might be on the back, like Rolance now being on the back of Andy
He's buzzed
from
them.
Psychopata. But oh, Andy turned around. He definitely saw them, and there's also Ragnar on the other side.
They're tunnel vision the wrong direction here.
They might overlook the team right between them.
There's a team right behind them. Crusaders, you have guys right behind you, and now the nades are coming in. Youngish guys get down one. That's gonna be Andy taken out for real this time around. No knocks coming in. Immediate finish on off, and Raspu now all alone with his teammate.
Yeah, Raspu and Psychopata, they have to kind of defend in all their action, but Youngkush gets another one out. That's City Zoro, right, picking that one up with the help of Youngkush. But they're pushing well down there. Raspu falls. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. So BLT now got involved. That was the team that BRC was looking at before realizing that there was a team on their back as well. Hypow sending grenades towards RDS and Roji, and that grenade not far enough to get the Dacia blown up as well.
We talked about limited rotation opportunities, and you can see these teams, they're fighting for every single square meter they can come by. Singularity once again active in the kill feed. I like to see that at CDC they all made their way over to the compound. Puck B, they managed to take their position. And Trancoso landing some damage over towards the guys in Ray on the eastern side. They need to hold them off. They cannot have a team behind them should they be forced to make that cross on over from this road at some point.
Yeah, it's not really a great spot they're in right now.
Not at all.
FK team finally out, but they had been down to one man only anyway. That's what Handy, who was the last one remaining for quite a while now. Kapitan Bublo from Piantowers Gaming on his way. He's still in full force. Runner, Nihibel, and Logan.
The thing is, there's just not a whole lot to play for, and if you're covered from one angle, then you're most likely visible to another. So smokes coming into play here could be vital as far as blocking off potential vision on towards you.
Kill Demo got Lauren sit. That's Ray losing another player. The Black Dragon Esports here now. Yeah, they fund Puck B. They're obviously sitting down there in this small ditch right next to the street. All of them bunched up, so a single grenade will do a lot of damage.
As I said
no
before,
one's sending it though. Psychopata fell, so that's Brazilian Crusaders being out, eliminated at 12 now. Not really where they want to start the Latin American Masters on the way to the Grand Slam.
Not at all the start they would have wanted him. Black Dragons, they clearly got the vision on towards the team sitting down here in the dip, and they want to get him within nade range. There's one nade in the hand of one of the players there.
And that is a clear shootout. They're just running at each other.
Furious Gaming
Grenades coming in
as well.
Haino might have a good grenade towards Kill Demo, but that wasn't long enough though. H11 Jr. is pushing in Faiska right behind that, with Faiska getting down behind Haino first. Seems like Puck B is really having the upper hand. High Power now finally falls. So Black Dragon Esports is able to at least give them some damage, get some damage done there. That grenade sits well and it does it! 5 kills and that grenade finished off an entire team. Black Dragon Esports going off with a boom here, taking some more points on the kill feed.
Nades, nades, nades galore. We see them all over the place, and there's a reason they say it's the nade meta currently. They are the weapon of choice that will allow for you to do damage without exposing yourself to your opponent for the most part. Now,
Digizor tried to get to the Lions, but not gonna happen. Stopped by Sly. Or is it Silzen? I think we talked about that name before. I'm really sorry for that, but struggling with that one. That's unfortunate. XX. Long shot on Necro sitting over there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's behind the hill. Oh, he's trying to get the one laid down there.
And right now, I mean, Mechanica, they're in this compound, and that's working well for them, but they have to keep in mind at some point, most likely, they'll have to leave it to. They need to already now worry about how do we avoid getting pinned in here, because everybody knows there's a team in this compound already. You gotta think ahead and say, how do we make our way out from here, should that circle go away, which it most likely will. Space Monkeys still fighting forward, holding off Black Dragons in their rotation. There are just 2 players remaining. Mikes, they've been shooting throughout the entire game, and Singularity as well getting in on the action here. They've been killing a lot as well. 6 kills already.
Yeah, the Black Dragons are out now. They racked up 7 kills. And Singularity also now on 7. They're making it happen for them. So it seems like Singularity, after losing someone early, they're now coming back into the fight. RDS has a quick shot and not going to get Swag done. Instead, he gets taken out. So as far as Duray also out of the first round already. Swag was surviving that, I wanted to say, and then he hopped over that wall and got downed by, who was it? Oh, it was Singularity once again.
Singularity once more, 8 kills. They're fragging out hard. What a great start to the game for them. And also, they're sitting in a good spot in the circle here. Should the next one go east of the road, it could potentially be them getting a win on this one. They are split thin right now, but they're holding off so many angles and really, really limiting their opponents and their rotations. You can see here on your map, and on your main screen as well, how much room they have in between them and their opponents. Whenever these opponents decide to move, they'll be able to sort of pull soldiers over before they will be able to reach them.
There's still one team that is up to 4. That's an entire squad. The
Mechanica,
guys,
they're down there.
Mechanica. Yep. And then Necro is alone, I think. BLT, is that in blue? If I remember correctly, he's also alone. And then it's 3 down south and another 3 northeast with Singularity.
Yeah, 2 3-man team, a 4-man, and 2 solos doing everything they can to grind out some placement points here. Of course, we do talk about how those kill points are important, but you want to get those placement points with it and vice versa. So for everyone else here, anyone solos, just snake it out for now, especially if you're inside that circle already. The circle, though, speaking of which, did make its way down to a pretty solid 50-50 cut on. You can see how open it gets down there. Not going to be an easy spot for anyone to play around.
It's basically cut in half by the street. BLT that he tries to get away.
10 smokes for Pum as well.
Yeah.
he's ready for the open ending. He's ready for it.
He definitely knows what he wants to play, but he wants a kill first and put his team up to 9. Oh, that is only 5. He's down to 5 on
one first aid remaining.
Wasn't expecting that. Now he tries to run away, but I fear that might not really work because everyone's locking onto him right now, and he falls to Rafa from SDDC. So they picking up the kill. It's not Singularity getting another one. Necro now under a lot of fire, struggling a bit to get away from SDDC. He wants to either get in the smoke or up to the hill behind the tree there. Deciding for the smoke, though. Let's hope that gives him some cover long enough to figure out for him what to do next. Look at the kill tracker right now. 1 for Mechanica, and then 6, 6, 8. So that is some proper aim down there, while Necro finds Ruffer down so far. Not killed yet. Oh, no, he's flushed out. That's another one for them, up to 7.
Yeah, Mechanica, they still have a chance to make that run on off here. You can see Logix, he's trying to hold off the rotation. Pump is now spotting down towards STDC as well, shooting through that smoke. Of course, you don't know what you're hitting. As long as you spray on down there outside, you will get a hit or 2 in the direction. See him once again, shooting forward, but he's the only one really dedicated to holding this angle and like the kind of focus that Singularity has right now. You know, there are many different teams to fight off. Well, I mean, they're doing everything they can and taking them down.
Yeah, they're doing a good job right now. They're really playing the entire east side while they're picking up another one. Pome gets cast in, and FLG through that smoke, putting them up to 10. That is 10 points. Basically a single win already from just killing people in round 1. If they also put the win on top of it, wow, that's 20 points immediately.
A really, really, really good start. You can see Panda here with the M24 in hand, trying to make his way on down. He knows that the pressure is going to come from the other side of the road, and they got to secure something because the game will end in the middle of the road. They're realizing this now, and that's when the vehicles come in. That's when the smokes are thrown. You need to grant yourself cover where there is none. And XX, 1 kill so far. The Mechanica team haven't really been active in the kill feed. They had the compound for the longest of time, so no one dared contesting them there. And now they have to
I wonder, Axac got a pretty hard job right now because Singularity is so spread over the map on the entire east side of that circle. So even if he locks onto one target, if he's not aware of it and it's not moving enough, there will be someone giving him a headshot immediately.
Yeah, and that's the thing right now. I mean, Lockie's fortunately making his run on back towards his teammates. They're playing for, like, they're trying to play from the southern side. It makes perfect sense that he couldn't run over the north because he knew that Pamps and the other guys were sitting holding that angle. And also, if he does get knocked, now there might be a chance for him to get rest. But you don't want to miss that shot.
Yeah, he wanted Axac. That's the one we were following before. Once again, not connecting. 3 kills so far for him. Well, it's now. Oh no, we're on Necron. So Necro from it's all alone now.
Yep.
At least 7 kills. Yeah.
I was gonna say the only thing that happened with that shot fired, other than staying alive, of course, was that Singularity realized there was a guy on that tree, and he is gonna go down because of it. So 3rd place coming in from Prone Tag him.
He tried to stay alive for a long time.
Oh yeah, I mean he did. He succeeded in doing so.
He was all alone, had a lot of friends called Bullets coming around, and at one point they just decided to huck him. And then this round was over for him, but he definitely played for his team. Worked well, while Lockix gets knocked by Axex. So it's always Axex from the team making it happen. Like, Mechanica is always that one player.
And this is probably the best knock they could get in this, because that's the isolated player. There's no way they're gonna there's no way they're gonna value resting him, and he's gonna go down off of it too. So a solid 4v2. Singularity, they fought off teams all game long, but now being in nade distance, everything is gonna happen in just a short moment, and we're seeing these nades go forward.
Oh, he's stepping on it,
Lord,
basically.
Right
That's
on
it.
the money.
Yeah, that grenade rolled towards his feet and then he stepped on it. Was Pum managed to get one knock, might even get a second one off. No, he's turning around, getting a third on the other side. Pum is just on fire right now. They flush the next one out. Axex, though, gets punny, so it's down to, what is it, 1v3 now? It's all on Pum. No, it's 3. It's 3.
He's knocked the other player, though.
Oh, yeah,
Gets one more. It's a 1v1 now.
That's a chance for Pum to basically do this single-handedly.
This cannot be allowed. Mega, how the hell are you throwing this one? And for Pum, how the hell are you doing this? He's going to get to heal himself,
too. He has six smoke grenades. He got 8 kills total, 14 the entire team, and he knows exactly where Axex is. It's just a 1v1 shootout here. There's the first grenade coming out. He tries to move a bit closer. There's a chance for the first hit of Pope. He's connecting some of the shots. It's below half for Axex, but Axex makes it working for the Mechanicas. They're winning round number 1, but let's be honest, with 14 kills on Singularity.
Was absolutely insane.
What a
start. And it should never, ever have gotten to that point. They were 4v1, and he almost got the win there.
But Pome basically counts as 4.
Apparently.
Yeah, he does.
Apparently he does. That was absolutely
insane. He got 8 kills of the 14. Look at this.
Very, very, very impressive performance coming out of Singularity. And also, I mean, gotta give it to Mechanica. They got themselves the win. That's good. But the fact they almost threw it there, that is scary, guys. That is really, really scary.
I just really love that Pome was not giving up on it. He realized, obviously, that we're 4 on the other side. And he was just basically reacting, not thinking of where to positioning in that moment when he was behind the smokes. He was just like, something moved, tack, tack, tack. Something moved, turn around, shoot again.
Raw
and it was on
aim.
point.
Yeah, that's how that's what you got to be able to do. Think about it this way. These guys, of course, they're playing in the regions right now, but the top 2 teams, they'll be going up against, well, arguably some of the hardest competition in the world, right? You have to be at that level. You have to be able to do this kind of damage and have this reaction speed if you want to be with the best of the best.
I think Singularity, at least from the round 1 now, out of 5 today, they seem to be set up for that. And we were looking quickly into the highlights, and we had a lot of them in
from the
round 1.
very start, this game just forced players out into the open, and it's always tricky to play around. Sure, you had X amount of teams that had compounds. We're talking about Mechanica, for example. They were sitting pretty well in it. But overall, it was just a rough area from the start. We saw Crusaders go out in 12th place, I believe it was, right? Yeah, 12th place. Not the kind of start they would have wanted. We talked about Rusty going down real early in the first rotation.
He was the one getting caught in his Dacia.
Yeah, but that's what happens when it's a new group. It's a new group as well. I mean, that's just it's tough to play around, and yeah, we'll have to see.
BRC was probably looking for way more than that.
Oh,
but now they saw the first round, so you're a bit more aware of what people are playing tonight.
Yeah.
Might help them in the second round, though. By Singularity with a 14 kills and a second position, they on a solid number of points right now. But hey, it's 5 rounds today on Erangel, 5 rounds tomorrow, 6 rounds on Sunday night. So we're just getting into the fun right now. Well, there's a lot to come.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane, especially off of that first game. Absolutely mad finish off, and it's what PUBG brings you. That's what Latin America brings us, exactly. It's just crazy endings to crazy games, and if that's the first one, if that's what you have in store, I can't wait to get more of them.
I want to see more of that action. I want to see Pome next time he does that. 1v4.
Wins it.
That would be one of my highlight moments already, even early on in the grand final of the Latin American Masters. But with that, round 1 is in the books. Another 4 to come. I would say we see all of that and even more of the action, even more grenades right after the break. Round 1 ended with a showdown between Team Singularity and Mechanica. Mechanica had the upper hand. And now it's time for round 2. Once again with Tobi, Emmy, Renee bringing you squad action from PUBG in the GLL Latin American Masters Grand Final, Day 1, Round 2.
That was a long one. You got it all the way through.
Yeah,
Good job.
man, I was writing this down the whole day.
Got it on my arm like...
Yeah. It's like, now I washed it off so I can actually roll my sleeves up.
Oh, that's how it was. I got it. But no, that was a crazy, crazy game. For those of you guys who were watching, for those of you guys who weren't watching, feels bad. Watch those watch. We will have the scoreboard up, of course, for that previous game. And you talked about it before. 14 kills. For Singularity. They might not have won the game, but they sure went up there in points and took the first place.
Yeah, they did really well, especially Poem like that. Oh, God. The last minutes of that.
Almost pulling off a solid 1v4 there. That's when you got a question. Was it him doing extremely well, or was it Mechanica not really executing that one the way they should have?
To be honest, since this is my first squad tournament, I don't really want to blame anyone.
Just go 2-2. I mean, you're 4v1, you just naded the other guy. I know exactly where the last guy is. Go 2 guys together. There's a lot of things that could have been done
sometimes not as easy as it sounds.
That is true, and in the heat of the moment, everything's on the line. That is true. But we can see here, kills were distributed pretty well, but overall, just Singularity, the way they played this game, they came in from the north, they rotated down through the forest, they never over-aggressed. That's what I like to see. Because sometimes when you're out there in the open, you see a kill, you want to go over and you want to get all the kills right, and then all of a sudden you lose that back guy, like, oh wait, there's our entire back line, and then you turn around and they're everywhere. Here,
I think that's what happened to BRC.
Exactly. I mean, you kind of get caught up sometimes, and especially when you're out there in the open. Singularity, rotate 50 meters up, clear the perimeter. Rotate forward, clear the perimeter. They played it so textbook well up until the very last fight, and then Pum, had he had that 1v4, that would have been highlight wheel of the year just for him.
With the rotation you talked about, they basically got control over the entirely of the eastern circle. Just because they rotated in, always moved along, made sure that they cleared the area.
They stayed on that,
but had someone, they left, like they split in 2 duos. And with that, they kind of created a way bigger line of fire for them, making sure that they are in total control of the east side of the smaller circles. We're back to Arundel, because we do that 5 times today. And it seems like, where do we go? It's from east to
Milta
west,
power
across
up
Milta.
towards Georgia Paul.
And that's it. And let's see if they drop into similar places as they did last round. Puck B, they went to Sosnovka Island. That's where they started round 1.
I mean, considering that we didn't see any confrontations in the previous one, I would also assume that we won't have a whole lot of them this time around.
Oh, now you're really bold with the statements, huh?
No, but I mean, considering that nobody... It's normally when you have that first game where teams do land on top of each other, it's like, oh no, and they change up things. But because nobody fought early game, last game, then I would assume that they say, well, it worked last game, so let's just do it again, because nobody seemed dissatisfied.
My Venus Gaming boss, they all go in the same direction they did last time, but Furia is once again against Naya. I think they had been there round 1 as well. Roshok is dominated by Singularity, so it seems like the usual picture to start into round 2. Puppy this time not all the way down to Sosnovka Island, but they're making their way down there to get to military base, maybe pick up some loot. It will be interesting now if we get a circle down there.
We'll see now. Kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been down there, and there's a chance. Hard southern shift could force us down to military, but of course, statistically, that's not the biggest chance. But then again, we do know that the stats on statistics likes to go against us sometimes.
Yes, like statistically, Pom not had a good chance there, right?
Yeah.
So he also won that, nearly.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting. I wanted to see Noran shooting with the Bison here. That's going to be an interesting one. Not really the weapon of choice for many, but of course, when you see a vehicle at a distance and you have a weapon, you go like, oh, let's take out that car. But no damage done with a BB gun there.
Oh, the Space Monkeys all the way up north.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Sargi.
Sargi, it's a spot we don't see that often.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty. To be honest, it's.
Is it in spots?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the thing is, planes rarely ever not allow for you, but that favor you going there. Either they're further too far down south, or they come in from the south and go northeast. Like they rarely ever allow for you to go there. But in all honesty, if you're edge team anyway, you loot Primorsk, you loot Multipowers, Kameshki, whatever. Saki is up there with them. I mean, it's a decent place to play from. You have the entire northern side to rotate through. The only thing is going south can be tricky if there's a George Bull team. But, well, I mean, it ain't really the worst thing to play around. And for Pom, I mean, that last game, even though it's all good and you're happy with your 14 kills in the second place, he was feeling that win. He was feeling that win, but in the end, did not turn out his way.
He dipped the chicken already in the barbecue sauce and had it right in front of his mouth.
And then the seagull came.
Yeah, and that was gone. Seagull Simulator, you know, it just happened to him.
It sure did. Now this one, I like that it's early game, so it doesn't matter too much, but 4 guys in 1 vehicle, I always get scared. Because you've seen...
4 guys in a grenade. We saw that in round 1.
That we've seen as well, but 4 guys, 1 vehicle. Thank you, guys. Now we have 3 vehicles. That made me a whole lot more happy. You never know who's lurking around the corner, and you have all those guys trapped up in there. That could be death and complete team wipe in the matter of, well, 1 explosion.
Yeah, can finish your evening off pretty quick. STDC, they had a good run as well in round 1. Basically creating a line there around Gutka. Obviously, they probably know that Malvinas Gaming and Boss are once again around Georgia Pool.
They saw them jump up.
Yeah,
there,
that's where they happened last round as well. And we see Singularity once again starting kind of spread out.
Well, they take control of the Rosok area, and more importantly, they take control around the river. Should anyone dare or consider crossing on over, they have a potential of doing a bit of a bridge camp there. And I'm actually kind of interested to see with the circle going somewhat center on the southern side, who wants to sit around the edge there? Because SCDC, they could potentially either go down south of Pachinki into Pachinki Hills, or north on the side there and hold off some rotations. But of course, with the center again, similar to last game, being out in the open. Where do you want to position yourself early on in this one? AWM 15x? I'd go for that.
Yeah, it looks like
pretty
sweet.
Decent crate.
Yeah, it could be worse than that.
Yeah, it could be worse. That. Could be worse. Could just be a tax stock. Would be a bad crate.
What?
Well, I mean, technically. If it had been looted already, you know?
Yeah. So, right, once again on the run here, they doing their rotation, and the Black Dragons... They spot them. Will they get involved? Oh, Furious Gaming on the other side as well. This will be interesting because as soon as someone does the first shots... Oh, there's 2 for Furious Gaming. Really, Lawrence and GBL getting caught off and exploding in their car.
How did Lauren knock his teammate from inside the car? He shot his teammate in the car.
Oh, maybe it was because they crashed? When they crashed?
I don't know what happened there.
Can that knock him out?
No airbags not with a gun.
Oh yeah, that's true. unless since there's no airbag, he just crashed his head into that rifle.
It doesn't really matter. In the end, they did get both the kills there. So a double kill coming in early on for Furious. That's a good start for them. And look at this, Arachi Wow and his team, they're under fire, and they don't want to do this. They do not want to be in this position, but they're trying to rotate center in a spot where there isn't a whole lot to play for, and they're feeling the pain right now.
Yeah, they lost their 2 teammates already, and now it's down to these 2 to actually make it happen. SDDC, we said that they could be the next ones where RDS and Rogi are running into.
You can see they're under fire already, and for Bitloft, they know exactly where they have.
But look at that. There's Mechanica on top of that hill. There's BLT on this side, STDC on the other side. It's like, where should they go?
Everybody knows how hard this area is to play around, and that's why they're rotating in early on. They know there isn't a whole lot of compounds up for grabs, and if you don't get one early, well, you're going to be in this situation that we see Ray in right now. They need to get the hell away from there and find somewhere to lay low, and all they could get, at least for right now, is that 1-story house and hope that a few circles go their way.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, when rent is too high, you can't really aim for palace or mansion.
Just gotta settle for your little 1-story house down there. Now Furia, they're gonna be well satisfied coming in from the north here.
And doing a car meet right here under the tree.
Spread some loot. See if someone has something you would need, and the other way around. Get yourself that crate looted as well. Make your way further south. And again, look at this small rotations. You don't have to stress it. You can tank that blue for the first couple of circles. You don't need to hurry. Now you got the info that there's a team shooting from up the top. That's going to be you saying, you know what? We'll just rotate around the side then.
I don't
Or
really
just drive
want to
straight
run
into them.
that.
That's also an option.
Yeah, I was wondering. It's like you said that, and I want to say, yeah, you don't want to run into them, and they're like,
There's nothing
maybe
down
that's
here.
exactly what we want to do.
Yeah, maybe that is what they want to do. You never know what those strategies are. Crusaders, they lost Rusty real early on, pretty much at this time last game, and now they're rotating 2 guys, 2 vehicles again through the same area, and they're already taking fire.
Oh, but that was good. Lion's actually looking at the team that's shooting at the cars, and he's taken down FLG. At least a knock for him right now, not a kill yet. I'm not sure if he could actually
Yeah, I don't think he
finish
has
him off.
the angle there at all. And this is why you never sit still and shoot, guys. You always lean left, right, left, right, left, right, because you never know when you're shooting at someone who is shooting at you or going to. And Rollins there, he lined it up. He got himself the knock. Unfortunately, though, no finish offs coming in.
I would have loved to see a grenade going all the way down there.
That
but
is a grenade launcher with bazooka,
yeah, it's like he
potentially?
might need a bit more punch to make that happen.
A little more distance to it would have been needed, I think. Space Monkeys under fire from Pian's house. Holy.
Oh, he
Okay.
really knocked.
Okay.
He knocked him.
That's a knock. I can respect that. That's
Yeah.
pretty decent
Well,
distance to it as well.
Definitely.
Moving target, everything. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Now Logan is sprinting out into the open, and I get the idea that they want to flush him. But buddy, you're all by yourself, and if they spot you out for whatever reason, that's most likely gonna be your team losing a player for, well, technically no reason.
Yeah, but I think the advantage is his team knows exactly where everyone is, and they knocked the second on this distance. So they really make this work. They might even get a
What
third.
the universe is
If
going
they,
on here?
They know they got the... That's the third one.
Space Monkeys
That's
are
the
getting
third.
completely torn to pieces.
Wow, Piantel's Gaming just rushing into that. Yep, there we go. Great. That's 4 kills.
What?
Easy money, I would say.
Not easy, impressive.
Wow. First they used the distance, then they had the balls to actually push into it with one.
They just full YOLO push into the
Yep.
field.
I
And
like
they
it.
get it, and this circle goes south. Yikes. I mean, now we have to keep in mind that the circle center, the dot in the middle of the circle, has to be on land at any given time. So we're reaching a point now which, even though the next
probably
circle
here.
can exclude water, then I don't think the circle center, because I think the circle is too big, so that the radius would be in the water if it goes over to military side of things. So it's probably going to go to the mainland. But then again, I've been surprised by PUBG before, so who knows what's going to happen.
BRC on the way to Pot B. Might run into the next problem there, and that is exactly what happened. Pot B and Ray running into each other, but this time it was Ray, RDS, and Rogi having the upper hand, at least for now. RDS obviously downed. Rogi quickly ran into that building to
Rogi-
get some cover.
Rogi survived that with 1 HP, and he was the last remaining player on their team. Keep that in mind. If he gone down there, that
Yeah.
would have been the team eliminated. And now, well, we don't know how long they're going to be in the circle for, but this could potentially be them getting a lot more points out of that one, despite being that far out early on. RDS needs to crawl back inside the house. There's no way Rogi is going to go out into the open for the rest here. 5 kills for Black Dragons already as well. Holy cow.
Whether did they do them?
I was gonna say, when the hell
Yeah,
did
because
they
I
get
don't see
5 kills? Because
The one that disconnected had the 5 kills?
Wait, we've only lost 9 players so far. We've lost 9 players, and according to the kill feed, there are 13 kills so far.
Yeah, I think that's not correct.
I was like, when did Black
I mean, I
Dragons get...
definitely agree with the 4 kills.
Yeah, they got their whole team
down
wiped
there.
there.
Yeah,
And we
we
can see
we
them on
saw
our
them.
screen now, 2 Black Dragons. They have 0 kills. So I was
Yeah.
like, when did they start fragging out? I didn't see that, but they are up against
They brought
Singularity.
their own kills with him into
Oh,
the game.
that's the thing. It's like, don't bring your own candy to the cinema. Don't
Yeah.
bring kills to the game.
That's
That's
it.
unfair, yeah. You see Singularity here, speaking of a team that fragged out, they sure did last game. 14 kills and 31 damage away from a win there, and 15 kills as well. Real impressive feat. And you can see PG, actually, they've made their way over towards the military side of things.
Look at this. This will be interesting. STDC and BLT being neighbors now, but
Yeah.
Mechanicus
Mechanica
also
is
being
in there
just
as
around
well.
the corner.
This could be a 3-way battle neither of these teams want to fight for, because if this next circle excludes this compound or this little city, then that could be them running side by side and shooting at one another.
This basically looks like home to me. So I moved now into a village that only has 71 people living there.
Oh, I thought
So
you meant the
it's
one above the
basically
guns.
this. It's basically this now.
Yeah, I can see that. I thought you meant with all the guns, and I was like, I hope not.
yeah, that's where I moved to. All the guns laying on the floor and vests. Yep, that's totally like home.
Yep, that's your new house. That's nice. That's nice.
That's what was cheap.
Now, XX, we see them here. They won the last game, didn't get a whole lot of kills, but they had a good position to play from a while, and he spotted Ragnar there. That is a great read. Unfortunately, damage wasn't applied when he wanted it to.
But it was a quick reaction.
That
really.
sure
He saw the pixels
was.
and went for it immediately. I like that.
This is when you're BLT, you start thinking, do I really peek this again? Because honestly, right now, I mean, it might not matter that much to get hit once or twice. You see damage being done, but that's vests broken, helmets broken, and whenever you have to take that fight up close, that could be the difference maker. Now the new circle pops, and as we can see the edge of the circle there, odds are that it's gonna stay on the northern side. I can pretty much tell that it will stay on the northern side. Indeed it will, but are we going east to Milltop? Currently uninhabited. Are we gonna go back out west towards where we have everyone else? It's gonna be interesting to see.
Logan is kind of missing the rest of his team.
Oh, and I mean, I get the idea that they wanted to not bank on the south because they kept Logan on the north side. Now they get to take the boat, go back on the other side. But are they too late to it, though? Yep, they're rotating over this. At this point, it's a real late rotation because the circle's going to start closing in real soon. So I think they might be a little too late to it. It's going to be it's like Circle 4 connected in a moment, and they will have to cross that bridge eventually.
Psychopata picking up a kill for BRC finally. They're getting into the groove, hopefully for them, after a slightly disappointing round 1.
Yeah, Crusaders didn't get anything going first game when they started making their rotations. Everything started falling apart, and now you can see Prone Tag them. They're starting to get a lot of damage on their way as well. I like to see Mechanica going that aggressive early on. Oh, that's a player knocked down, and that should be an easy pickup for Mechanica here.
Yeah, DD Zor, he will also be flushed out by Mechanica, so that's the first kill for the round. Another one for Psychopata, that's the second now. He found Yonkush. So it's maybe it's working from that way. Maybe it's warm now. Getting into it. Furious Gaming right around the corner of some friends that probably shoot in his face as soon as they see him. So Danit needs to be aware of that because Reliance is already dead. Yep, RDNX finished him off. There's Fury on the other side. So that were 3 teams and 2 compounds. Normally that does not really work. Psychopata though, he's down now.
He is going to get knocked. You see Raspu's already committed to the rest here, so shouldn't be too big of an issue whatsoever. The rest comes in, they're all happy. But of course, they aren't. It probably won't be at least that happy with the next circle. We do know that the next circle has to exclude water, but will it go to them or will it not? The thing is, the circle can be 5 meters away. And it can still be but it's outside the compound. Yeah. Exactly. So we're completely doomed. We'll have to see, of course, as the circle comes to a close here. We still have boss on the military side of things. Still have to cross on over either swim, cars, or a boat. At least for now. We do know with the Wrangle 2.0 coming up real soon. That's going to be an amphibious vehicle as well. But, of course, that's a flare gun. One and with competitive status.
I'll wait for PUBG to actually include trailers. So you can drive your compound.
Yeah. We live in a mobile home. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I think that should be a thing.
Boss
having your entire team on the back.
Boss is full speed forward, committing over this bridge. This could be the easiest
they
kill.
Run into PG.
Oh, they do stop. Thank you. I was gonna say don't just drive. You gotta stop and scout. You gotta stop and scout, and they do.
No, drive over it and honk.
I like the fact that they don't, though. Gotta say. Circle is excluding a whole lot
Look
of
at this. Look at this. They come closer.
I mean, they're shooting.
There's the grenade. Oh, that grenade could be devastating.
Oh my lord! It could have actually thrown all the way forward, but not gonna happen.
Yep.
Panda's already active on the kill feed against Singularity. They rotated out east just before. Issue here being though, that, wait, did one of the Singularity players knock? What?
What's the issue?
That's like a 700 meters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 750 meter knock right there.
That's how you roll. That's how you roll. Singularity showing us how it's done there. It's like, oh, we don't need to be at the bridge to actually kill someone at the bridge. Not at all.
That is insane. Unfortunately, though, for Panda, I mean, although it was an amazing shot, he's not going to get anything out of it other than 100 damage done in the aspect of damage leaderboards, but that would really get you a whole lot.
Achievement unlocked, though, 750 meters.
Yeah, achievement unlocked for sure.
Let's go. Oh, BLT and Malvinas Gaming getting into a small fight here.
And this
is they got 2 down already. Now 1 is even out. So we say goodbye to Ellie.
And this is what we see. I mean, once you're not in the compound of this area of the map, there's simply so many players sitting in positions where they have cover that they can take these shots at you without really any risk whatsoever. And that's going to leave you completely
Just saying, Singularity has not have a single kill yet. If they want to have their 14 again, they kind of need to get involved because at one point they're not 14 people around.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with the next circle shifting, as we exclude a lot of these compounds, it's going to be pretty chaotic. Now, Boss, they have made their way on over. They didn't lose a single player so far, but it's not going to be an easy push because even if they do take down PG, they still have quite a run to make towards that circle.
Yeah, Neighbor is waiting on the other side. Look at that. Noah always looks around. That Rich is probably looking into a crosshair pretty soon. Eichler gets killed by FLG, and now Boss Esports is pushing. They want to take over that small Rich there. Can they get
They
it?
need to play it together. They need to make this move together.
Oh, that's not bad, the flanking. Yep. Oh, a bit late on the reaction, but he still gets him. Noah finds the first one, gets the second one with his teammate. A bit of support there coming in. They got a kill so far, and
Great.
that's Rona also falling. That's the entire team falling apart, basically. There's another duo on the other side, though.
Really, really good execution on that one. No aggressive plays. You wait for your team, and one pushes above, one goes below to get the off angle, and it really worked out for them. Malvinas, once again, they got 16th last game. Now they go out in 14th. Not the kind of start to the tournament they would have wanted. And again, had it been a big league thing, then it could be saying, oh, it's not going to matter. There's still 50 games to play. Nope. This time around, you ain't got the... You just don't have the amount of games available in order to risk so much.
You said it's still 15 games to go.
I said 50.
50. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was like
it's not
15.
like-
It's basically 16.
No, you don't have 30. Let me change the word then so it doesn't sound like it. You don't have 80 games to play. You only have 16, and
So
you gotta make them all. worth it.
Logan and his partner basically sitting there right close to the gas station with Boss on the other side of the ridge. FK
Yeah.
looking probably down, like Mufasa should probably look in that direction because he hurt the fight.
Yeah.
There's no way that they missed that. Singularity once again with
Nice
the
2-2
huge
split.
split.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it works.
Ribux and Low Kicks, they both leading one of the teams. Pom on one side, and Snow now falling to Mufasa. Just a knock for now, but there might be a grenade. Oh, if he cooks that right and gets it down there, there might be a chance to get Vin as well. At least a lot of damage done. Yeah, Vin falls, and it's another kill. Noah probably falls down
They're
in that as
holding
well.
them off completely. There's
Yeah.
no chance in hell for them to cross on over here. And
They
that's what I
should have
said
crossed the
before.
road there.
That is what I said before. I mean, you can make that play, you can take out some PG players, but the hardest fight is yet to come. Zero, fortunately, I don't think they have any clue that he's down here.
Yeah,
do not
GodZero's
think they
the only
know.
one that got that close. Noah now also down. That means GodZero is all alone in this little shack. But now he can
Yeah.
move because obviously FK has to move to the circle as well.
But the fact of the matter is that neither, like FK, they didn't see if a single player get instantly killed, so they know there's one more coming, so they'll be looking behind them. At least I would hope so. Looking behind them to secure the spot. 2 players alive, doesn't matter. Captain Buffalo and his teammates still in it and trying to win it. They have yet to a bit of a tricky run to make here, though.
Brazilian Crusaders, Furia, and Singularity, the only teams that are in full force besides Mechanica, they're winners of round 1.
How is Cassin allowed to be taken down?
Why not?
Because he had 3 teammates there who should be defending him.
You know, sometimes they let you down.
Sometimes they do indeed, and Raji is going to be well satisfied with that. Every point he can get is going to be points well needed in the grand scheme of things. And now he's probably sitting and wondering, how in the universe do I get away from here?
Yeah, FLG and Swag right around the corner. But they're concentrating on PG on the other side with Logan and Captain.
They're doing the smart thing here. They know that the circle is closing on in, and there's no reason for them to look forward before they've dealt with what is coming from behind. I mean, they need to make sure that no one's pushing in, so that whenever they have to push, they don't have to worry about their like potentially getting backstabbed.
Oh, 5 kills there for PG. They finally found GodZero.
He does get spotted out.
Yeah, that means that's Boss Esports out of the competition for this round. Another one flushed. Rocky also falls now to Puck B. So he was the last one of his team anyway. He was just trying to stall time and try to find some placement points, basically.
We're eliminating a lot of the solo players here, meaning that some of these squad teams will indeed have more room to maneuver around without having the risk of a sneaky snake shooting or backstabbing any of them. Crusaders, they're sitting pretty well in it, at least for now. New circle's going to pop in just about 10 seconds' time. Going to see whether they'll be able to stay put or have to make their way elsewhere.
They got a compound, BLT behind them, but Mechanica on that hill, so that means there's a high chance that this ends up in a third-party fight.
Yeah, and let's see where that circle is going. It actually
Oh, they're
does
still
go
in.
south. That's interesting. Singularity, where are you headed out, guys? Where are you going to move on this one? Also, Black Dragons up north, they have a tough rotation to make now.
Oh, yeah,
He spotted all three of them.
Yeah,
He spotted three.
He wanted to be sure first. Like, did I saw
He's sending
all of
them straight over to Logan, too. Can you hold them off, buddy? I know you have nades coming your way, but I'm
They're
not
shooting
gonna...
at Logan. He's not even reacting.
He is not. He can't afford it.
Oh.
He cannot afford it. He's just gonna let Logan go down,
Easy.
and that's gonna be it. Hopefully, that's gonna force them to run back. Yep, it is. Logan was the... You know, like when you're going into war and you have the one guy that steps on the landmine, and the guy's like, buddy, I can't... What am I supposed to do to help you here, buddy?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been spotted.
His life was on the edge anyway.
Expendable. Yeah.
Expendable.
Ribox goes in. He's going to go down immediately. So they try to crash it. Didn't work out the way they wanted it to. That's the issue. There are way too many angles to hold here, Panda. They know it. 0 kills so far for Singularity, and they're not inside of placements either.
Yeah, they really have to step up the game now. Oh, yeah, that is risky. It's like a grenade there now, and they have a lot of problems.
Just
PUBG, 2 kills so far for them, and they added just the second one to it. A second ago, oh, both Singularity players, Pome, the hero from Route 1, and Pundy, they fall now. Yeah, that's it. They're basically out of this. They got still got 2 though. I'm a bit surprised. No, 1. Yeah, I was surprised about that.
is all by himself here. Now we see PD, Black Dragons, they're making that run on in towards Furia. They have gotten themselves 2 kills so far, so surprisingly enough, it's working out the way that they wanted to. A few more coming in their way now. And Slixel, well, I mean, you're gonna burn. Does he get the first hit off?
Is that?
Oh, he does get the first hit off. He's gonna burn, but he's not gonna die. And Hippo is there waiting. Wait, didn't I just throw Molotov straight on his face?
Oh, there we go. Hypo finally finishes him off. Let's get another kill for them. Black Dragons on 7, but I still think that's the wrong 7.
It's not true. So now it's probably 2 because it was 5 before, right? So now they have 2 kills.
Yeah.
RDNX
just looks a lot with 7 now.
Yeah. RDNX has fired 12. Now make that 14 bullets with his AWM, and he still has 6 remaining. So we'll see if he can get any good use in for them. Flux spots out 1. Not able to get the knock on in there though. Kildemo has to make this run on after. Kildemo. Did I just say that? Kildemo. Kildemo.
Yeah, you need to have a flow to it, you see. People are dying left and right now. Belita also gets flushed out. So FK in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah. And they
Furious
know exactly
Gaming pushing.
what
Chicketin finally on the move. Yep, he picks up another one. Oh, he's not even getting it. It was Blue. Taken away from him.
Crusaders now. They had the compound for a while, but they'll have to make that push on forward, and they're now doing everything they can to clear one side and potentially push on it. They know they'll be vulnerable to the compound because you have both Furious Gaming and Furia up there. So how are they going to play this one? They have the vehicles. They're going to drive him down. There is a bit of a dip just in the southeastern side of them that they can play from. You see on the right side down there, but seems like they're committed to go to the right instead.
Yeah, BRC really pushing hard, but Psychopath to pace that price. Being dropped off the vehicle by Hypo.
7 kills for Captain in this game. Sure, he did get a lot of kills in the initial shoot down towards Space Monkeys, but 7 on his own here. That's pretty impressive.
It's close to didn't do. Yeah, Homa did 8.
I like
in
the
round
frustration
1.
shoot there. No, I'm not gonna get him.
Chicketin is like, I'm ending this series, man. Not gonna happen. STC Swag also falls to FLG. His teammate dies. That is FK finally bringing back some damage, making sure that they have an impact on this map. While we see Furia trying to rotate, and they rotate around into Furious Gaming.
It's a tough rotation for them. Fortunately, they do get the damage applied to the guy in the window. This is a high-tossed nade, and they ain't gonna do nothing. RDNX is by himself, last remaining player. 6 kills so far for Fury. They've held off strong up until this point, but there's still a push to make, and now he's getting shot at from multiple angles. We are within placement points, so that's something, but of course, every single point you can get more here could be the difference maker for you. Get spotted out by one angle, gets the angle on towards the second. How is he still alive? Not gonna last him any longer, though.
And that was an impressive performance. I really like how he's trying to hold on to 2 players on the other side, though. Lokex, he is on his way alone, yeah, playing the snake here, or the turtle, depending on how you like it, with Blue. Look at, yeah, how he goes with Blue to that compound.
You guys just fight all you want. Every single kill is a potential placement for me. So he's going to be well satisfied with that. Everything considered. Everything considered, they did have themselves a real good game last game, and the more placement points they can get here, the better. Crusaders taking two knocks in so far, should potentially be able to get the reses on up, and you can see Hippo, he's close and he wants to get the finish offs.
Yeah, Rusty Zero finally be able to be part of this match, because on round 1 he was killed so early. 10 kills now
FK,
for FK. They're really surprising me after round 1. Team Singularity is finally eliminated. Lokex is out. Yep, all that crawling wasn't worth it in the end. High Power gets Rusty Zero, turns around, takes the second one, but then gets taken down by Ruspu. Not going to have any of that. Tries to secure Rusty Zero, tries to save his teammate there.
Yeah, this is a great step up for the Crusaders team. They had such a rough entrance to that last game. The rotations that did not work out their way. This time around, though, indeed, they do get things going the way that they would have wanted them to. Plenty of kills coming in so far. We saw FK with 10 kills, fighting that southern side for the longest of time. Mufasa and Handy, they've been fragging out. And, well, I mean, they want to continue to do so, but if not, if Crusaders have something to say about it.
Yeah, it will be interesting now if Brazilian Crusaders really can have that round that we're hoping for. And the one there is a grenade coming onto Raspu. Yeah, he just saw him passing, and he was probably like, was it a mouse? Was it, you know what? Was it a cute thing? A bomb. That's done.
Yeah.
Andy, hanging around, trying to bunch up a bit. Look at that circle, and look how colorful it is right now.
Indeed it is. The entire East is open.
Great split. Brazilian Crusaders 1-1-1-1.
They're just holding off the angles. They need that. They know that they have to play it safe in that regard.
No, I mean the kills. They all contributed toward the 4 kills. Everyone has 1. Do they think they decide on that? It's like, who's first now for the second round?
I don't think. I mean, if you have a time to sit and do those kind of
Mufasa might run into Raspu.
I mean, for the sake of FK, there's no reason to push this. You know it's Crusaders, and most likely you will know that there's still at least 3 or 4 guys alive. And with them only being 2 up, I just don't see a reason for them to go aggressive. They know they have to push soon, but don't go before you absolutely have to. There's still a lot of placement points up at stake here.
XX waiting. Once again, he's the only one racking up kills for Mechanica. Just like round 1, I would say he's really carrying his team and helping them here in the Latin American Masters, on the way, hopefully, for them to the Grand Slam. Shikitim and Flex all on the other side. That's FG. They're still in full force, are they? Is it 4?
Look at this. They're
1,
going to
2,
throw nades into the
3.
smoke. Is it going to go
no,
far enough? Nope. Not just quite. Had it gone 1 meter further, that would have been a triple
it was
kill
the right
there.
direction. Good timing.
Mufasa double luck coming in. He's trying to get some finish off of it too, but that's not going to add to more than just that. Down he goes, and you can see XX, they're just crawling forward. They don't want to be part of it. As I say that, though, now they're starting to stand up here. Nades in hand, still not going to throw them, though, and this is going to be a real tough break for them.
Oh, look at he's just waiting. He saw Flakes real quickly, like for a blink of a second, basically, but he didn't went for it. Interesting, though, that with what just happened, Brazilian Crusaders are in the top 3 now. So that's where they want to go. And they got Rusty Zero and they got Andy still alive. FG is definitely the one, like Furious Gaming, with the most players on the map.
Considering how many times they've been knocked, it's impressive that there's still 2 guys up. Now we see Ivan taken down. What more can he do here, though, XX? All by yourself, no nades remaining, no nothing. You just got to snake it out. Andy taken down once again. They must have all been knocked a couple of times, and that's going to be them out. 1v2 here. Can you do it, XX? You did it last game up against Poma. Can you do it here, too?
Poma really did its best last round, and obviously we expect a lot of XX right now, because first of all, he's the only one for Mechanica that consistently scored in both rounds. And he got flakes, and
circle
coming in already. That's not really helping him at all. FG basically got this gifted to them because he wasn't aware of blue pushing from the back, and all of a sudden he found himself in a lot of pain. And with that, Furious Gaming takes round number 2. Oh dear. Dear Lord, that was, I didn't expect that. He was chilling out a bit too long, basically. You're not seeing it right now on camera, but it's just Tobi. That rarely happens. Doesn't have any words. He's just standing there, open mouth, looking at the screen. He can't believe what he just saw. Chicken 6 kills for his team, though, for Furious Gaming. So he contributed a lot to that. You're all good, buddy. You can do this.
There were so many things that went wrong there. First of all, he missed 28 bullets. That's one thing. That's excusable. Heat of the moment.
Maybe
shaking
the other
hands,
side
everything.
was Matrix.
Second of all, you got tagged 5 times by blue and never moved.
I was wondering if he really thought if he's quick enough on the trigger, he can still win this.
I think the thing is that
I'm
once
not
you
sure.
once you go from prone to crouch, it's an animation where you can shoot in the meantime.
Yeah.
So I think what he wanted to do is that he wanted to get, like, even though he got ticked the first time, he wanted to get the first knock to then crouch and then shoot the other. But because he never got that first knock, he just stressed out and it became the death of him. But holy moly, considering how well they played up until that point, and honestly, almost getting those 2 first games. We talked about wanting to come off to a good start. Sure, they didn't get a lot of kills in this game or the last one, but they almost got back-to-back wins here. That is an insane start for Mechanica.
And we talked about
Holy
it. Consistency
moly.
is obviously key, and there's a simple calculation behind this, where you
Yeah.
need to be on the leaderboard to have a chance for the top 2.
And you can see the way that they sprayed down there. I mean, they had no idea where he was either.
No.
It's like, where are these shots coming from? And they just like, oh, we won?
He
Wait,
was in
what?
blue, yeah, and Furious Gaming was just like, guys, I think we just won. He probably stayed in blue.
Yeah, that is, that's something.
He was like, I'm not gifting you that 1 point. Not doing it. Nope.
That was an interesting one for sure. He will go back, look at that, and be like, you know what? Next time I'll get him. I'll get him. They're probably laughing a bit too.
At least it's a surprising ending to the round.
That it was.
I think after
That it
one
was.
round 2 was definitely not disappointing either.
Oh no, not at
So
all. Not at all.
another
Good
3
ending, too.
up ahead. So I'm really optimistic right now going into all of that round, especially after seeing Brazilian Crusaders coming back. Liked it.
Exactly.
That was solid.
It's always hard to do too. I mean, when you have a rough start to it, bouncing back,
Yeah.
sure thing you can get like, oh, you can get
It's
back, you can
momentum
go
you
again,
need
but
to
then
get going.
boom, doing the right the next game, really hard to do. An impressive feat that they did.
Let's see who comes out on top in round 3 right after the break. Latin American Masters, we're back. And you might wondering, it's like, that guy doesn't look like Tobi. That's because Tobi is still speechless after what we just saw in the last circle. So we decided it's time to bring Talha.
Yeah, no, I am actually Tobi. I've just shrunk and I've changed skin color. So
As well,
and
wow.
I've had a haircut
Impressive.
too, and I've changed shirt as well.
Yeah, the flower power is back with me, in case you saw yesterday.
I'm just not as bright as I was yesterday.
Yeah, I'm still fine with that. It's all good. Let's head over from flowers to actually scores, so from flowers to kills. And round 2 saw a lot of them. Furious Gaming, they got 9 and also finished up on top, so it puts them up in 19. And this round, FK team did well as well. And 16 seems like to be about FG, FK. And then Brazilian Crusaders, there's some sort of comeback here. And round 2, getting 5 points on placements and 6 points on the kills, putting them to 11.
Absolutely. Also, a note worth mentioning, Brazilian Crusaders were the only team to make it to the Face It Global Summit. So they have been to a major and they qualified from the Latin America region and they took that seat. And they're back at it again to make their way to the next major. But my God, they're up against some seriously good teams. You can see... oh God, I'm going to butcher the pronunciations. Mechancia. No.
We go for Mechanica.
Mechanica, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just need to hear it once. Mechanica, they're in first place after game 2 with 23 points, but they're in joint first with Furious Gaming with 23 points as well. And I think with that would be, I don't know how the tiebreaker would work, but I would say Furious Gaming would be on top there with the more kills that they have. Singularity, just 1 point behind. We saw an insane game from them in the first game, especially thanks to Poma. 22 points for them. FK team 19. Ser Tudo der Certo on 18 points as well. So we can already see some formation forming, but there are 16 games to be played overall. So anything could happen in the next couple of days.
Well, we're definitely still early on in the Latin American Masters. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not just the entire Latin American Masters because we had the online season already. These are the grand finals. 3 days of pure squad action to find the 2 teams that will not just have the biggest part of the prize pool, but also get the ticket that really everyone wants to GLL Grand Slam.
Of course. The last major, we only saw 1 seat being given away, but this time we've got 2 seats. So 2 lucky contender teams will have the chance to prove themselves that South America is the best region, and I've been very vocal about it from what I've seen so far. I absolutely love the South American playstyle, and I think they are one of my favorite regions to watch, and I'll definitely be watching a lot more of that. But nonetheless, we're in Erangel. Game 3 has started. We're starting with a very, very eastern plane, going from the north down to the south. So it's going to be very hard for those teams to go towards George Polzaki. Sverny still on the table, but also Gatka and Primorsk will be harder. So it looks like we're going to have a lot more teams going towards Sosnovka Island in military base.
PUBG once again going down to Sosnovka Island to military. They did before, but this time they got PG with them. That is a slight surprise. Didn't happen before. Team Singularity once again decides for the region around Roshok. They did so before, so that's not really new. Space Monkeys, they always kind of started far up north and a bit further away from everyone else, trying to come in later and actually have a bit more rotation.
Yeah, we can see BD already doing the split prison loot. The first circle has shown itself, but BD, they're taking prison, the little compound just above it, and also shelter area, as well as the granny houses. And we see a very hard fast drop coming in from 2 different teams, BLT and STDC as well. And it's just going to be beating him up with his hands.
Did he?
He picks up the foul, but it's just the punches. They come out above and stronger. Rafa has his Uzi. Slizen, if I can read that name properly, Sicilian, has the VSS, that's the name of the gun. He's on the top floor, so he's got some time. He's got some breathing room at the current moment to load up his guns. He's got a grenade in his hand, but he's going to be pushed hard and fast by 3 members of the other team. He's going to jump out the window. They might not notice it. The window has been blown up, but Kassin is waiting in the opposite building, and he spots it out, and there's no way he can come in flush from behind.
Second kill already for them. That is a good start. Obviously, bringing a fist fight as well is something impressive for sure. That VSS, obviously, that he had before was 9mm. It's suppressed, not really what you would like to use when standing right next to someone. There's a weapon with a bit more punch and maybe quicker fire rate will be appreciated. Ran into an AK later on. FG, they're close to the bridge once again, so PUBG might cross over there as they did on the previous one. PG decided to jump the ship, head over to mainland, which is currently basically the center of the first circle.
Indeed, the circle is very southern, but it is half and half right now. It can go towards the military island, Sosnovska Island, or it can just go back up north onto mainland. Preferably for all these teams, you want it to go up towards the mainland, but for PUBG, you'd be happy if it goes to Sosnovka Island. You can kind of bridge camp. You can sit there. You can loot up everything that you have, and then just wait for the carnage to begin if it is a military circle. But there we go. The zone's going to start closing in. It's 3 minutes already. Everyone should be looted up. Get their vehicles in. You can see Brazilian Crusaders, they have themselves the whole of Pachinki. No contest there for them. And ProNet themselves. See, Renee, this is the difference between Wingman and duos and squads. Everyone has their places to go. There's this unspoken rule of, yeah, we're not going to fight early on. We've got our places. Everyone knows where everyone else goes. And it's just nice and easy. The fighting begins second circle. That's when it matters the most.
Yeah, it was surprising already in the previous 2 rounds. We didn't saw a kill that early, and was this time they just jumped into the same compound. Then we saw the fist fight that was going on early. We didn't saw that as a set in the previous rounds at all. Ankle, that is Malvinas Gaming, having their rotation right now, trying to move around the map a bit. The same for the Space Monkeys, going with their jeeps here across the beach. That is a lovely sight, though, if there wouldn't be a certain risk of people shooting at you and trying to get you out of these vehicles. It's not really a nice way. Oh, Logan under fire by FLG, but FLG down to 24 health already. Swag is kind of helping him out. Logan seems a bit nervous with how he runs around. It's like, yep, he's definitely trying to get away because he's all alone. He's a lonely wolf right now with Swag and FLG on the other side. So that won't be easy. There might be someone right behind him. Yeah, he's getting pushed. And if FLG just walks around there, he gets him easily. That's it. Logan getting dropped, and there's absolutely no one even remotely close to picking him up with
Yeah,
that.
you see the way Logan was playing, it was just, he had no idea. I think the sound must have been lying to him because he thought someone was pushing up from behind, but that wasn't the case. Both players are coming from the same angle, and he's got an SKS in hand. Not the best close quarters gun that you want to have, especially when you're up against a barrel and an AK. But nonetheless, he can still do wonders, and you never know. You could have, you know, that insane shot that can put you out in the lead. But nonetheless, for him, it did look like he was having a bit of trouble trying to hear the footsteps of exactly what was going. But that's what happens when you become solo, too far away from your team. You can see the rest of his team is around. Ferry Pier holding the mainland side of the bridge. Einkel for Malvinas Gaming has spotted out a rotation coming in by BD. Just going to spray at them, keep them away from, well, crashing into him. BLT also have the ridge line up here. A very good dip around Pachinki Fields. And they're going to start shooting towards BD as they continue the rotation in. 61 players alive, so we've lost a few. As you can see, BLT have already lost 2 of their players, and that was because of the landing spot that just happened right behind them at that compound. At least 2 of them managed to survive. And now it's just waiting to see exactly where everyone's going to go. Pronet also making the rotation very close to STDC. Rafa and Kassan spotted them out.
Furious Gaming actually joined PUBG onto Snufgut Island with Ray currently RDS and his teammates setting up close to the bridge. So there is a chance that this is, as he said, a circle on Military Island. And if so, then we've got FG and PUBG sitting there already. And I think PUBG assumes that they're alone because they had been every single time.
Oh, I think that's a tire taken out. Rusty Zero, where on earth did you get that M249? A good gun to have very early on as well. Everyone else is rotating. He's just going to spray. And that is the vehicle destroyer. I have to say, Renee, the M249, you see a vehicle, it doesn't matter. You just aim at it. You're not even aiming at the person. You've got 100 bullets in that thing. I think it only takes like 60 to blow up a vehicle with 5.56. Darcy especially. How many bullets does it take for a 7.62?
Looks like they're actually hunting.
Yeah.
This
is good Mad Max stuff.
Looks like Jurassic Park now. The hunt for the dinosaurs.
Oh my God!
Psycho gets taken out from the other side. Up the hill, the Black Dragons had some support from the teammates, waiting already in the forest, and now the Brazilian Crusaders are on the way back. They're like, no, we're not going to have this. Run away, Raspu. Run away, Rusty Zero. Try to get away as quick as possible because they just lost a teammate there. That was unfortunate for them.
I absolutely love seeing that. You hardly see any vehicle-to-vehicle action, but that was played really well by Black Dragons. That one person was just luring the rest of Brazilian Crusaders in, and it worked like a charm for them. The rest of them had a firing line up, and now it's Space Monkey's turn as they're making the rotation in towards Pronet. And, ooh, K-Born hitting that rock, just giving him the nice amount of leeway to be able to get out of there. But he doesn't get tagged up at all, and the rest of Space Monkeys avoid that area where that one player is. Oh, 2 of them, Judro and K-Bron. They're going to jump out, and the rest of Space Monkeys, they're coming in. They're going to take the compound. They're going to hold it. They know that Pronet aren't fully in it. They've actually taken the hill. They can take the compound, and it's a very strong compound to have, especially these outer buildings. You can concede the buildings that are close to the hill. Eventually, Pronet will take them, and you can let them take them. But any further on, you don't want them to have it, and you can stop them from pushing in. So it's a very good compound to take. They realize it's free, so they are going to take it, and they're going to hold it for any other rotations that they want to do. You can see DT Zor. He spotted out Judro, but you've got the SLR versus a Kar 98. It's a few shots. It's just one shot to the head. One shot to the chest takes you down to 35.
Yeah, that was definitely not what he was looking for in this case. The DT's off from Pronet. They obviously still sitting on 0 kills, but we're early on. We're still below 10 minutes. And we're not getting the Sosnovka circle, unfortunately. I would love to see that, but that means that PUBG probably go over that bridge on the western part, and FG is pushing for that already. Chikitin and Energy, they're all going for it, and they run into and what I said, WS, and the rest of his team.
Oh, they might rotate first. See, this is the thing. Is it the risk that you take? You could cross onto the island. Ooh, FG spots out Derm. He gets tagged up to 30, and he's going to get back on his bike and get out of there. They now know that there's a team behind them that's going to need to cross the bridge. They still have the opportunity to go back across the eastern bridge. And the team that was camping the mainland side of the eastern bridge has moved across. So that is probably the safer rotation to take. I don't know if you want to go across this bridge knowing that there's a team ahead of you. You just shot at them. Again, that military island, you either over-rotate or you rotate and you play it perfectly. And here's another case of just over-rotating to that island. It is a risk that is worth taking, and if the circle does go there, it can pay out very well. But unfortunately for FG, it isn't one of those games. And rotating off that island is an absolute pain. Cassin, he's found himself a wooden shack in the middle of this massive open field, and I don't think he
Some
has a
people
vehicle.
just like to feel connected to nature.
Well, the wooden shack is the only shack that you can destroy and break with bullets and just drive through. So it's very dangerous, especially that field. That field is used for rotations quite a lot. And, you know, if I see a wooden shack, I'll drive through it. Maybe there's someone in it. Cassin's in it.
That explains why you don't have a driving license, though. Never
Just
mind.
yet.
Never mind. 3 kills so far for SDDC, so they're off to a good start. That's 3 points before even having any placement points. FK, they had a good round in round 2. They went third, I think, third or fourth. And with BRC on the other side, the Brazilian Crusaders, as I said, they had a comeback in round 2. They obviously want to keep going with that in round 3 now. They could take some shot at Mufasa and the rest of FK. Lawrence Sitz, so far, I have to say, not the performance I expected of him after what we saw yesterday. And
Of
not really
course.
yet in the groove to really have an impact for his team.
Again, don't forget, Wingman is a completely different
that's-
playing
that's
field.
true.
Duos is so much more different, and you can already see that with the playstyle that's coming out. People are rotating to specific spots, they're holding it, and they're doing it as a 4-man team. And you kind of understand which compounds are going to be taken before you get there. It's just obvious in the circle. Like how do you say it again? Mechanica. There we go. Thank you, Renee. Like Mechanica, they're in the 2 barn houses just ahead of them. As soon as the circle pops, you already know that if you're late to this rotation like they were, a team will already have taken that because it's such a strong spot to have, and it's good because it's so hard to push up on because there's just no cover when you're pushing. You have to crash it. So no one's going to try and make that ballsy play and push up on it. And also rotating out of it is quite nice and easy, provided you've got your vehicles in cover. But that circle is going to eventually close, and this is where we're going to start seeing absolute carnage, as we still have all 16 teams alive. We have lost 4 players, but we haven't lost a team yet, Renee.
Yeah, and that is pretty impressive after 12 minutes. I was expecting at least to have one team eliminated a bit earlier. Not going to happen, as you said. Junkush is all alone in this part of the compound, Necro a bit further away. So at least they can provide fire in case someone is pushing him, because they got 3 different compounds. Singularity playing up north, so they normally split. In the previous rounds, they always had like 2 duos, trying to work around with that. We see Malvinas Gaming Noron really having the long haul flight, basically across Pachinki up north, and then going in Furia. They got BLT in between. That will be interesting.
So you can see now it has just hard shifted into the field, and everyone knows that this is the hardest place to play. No one wants to go into the field at all. Everyone's going to have the surrounding hills and the ridge lines that you have all around this field. But right now, Furia are Hail Marying it into the field, finding just shacks left, right, and center. Whatever they can get, they're going to be happy with it. You can see they're splitting up in the field, trying to take all these shacks because they know that the circle will eventually donut shift away from the water, will go into the field. They have all those shacks, and they have so much information and so much to play for. But if one person gets knocked, that is it for them. Everyone, Space Monkeys, they're going to be crashing STDC as they come in, and already Swag, he's the first point of contact for them. The rest of the team, they're just a bit behind. The grenades come out, the smokes are coming out. Swag, he's going to hold the warehouse, he's going to hold the corner, but I think K-Bron's already passed him, and they're coming in. You can see Pronet getting into a fight with FK. Mufasa gets naded and finished for good measure. And Swag, waiting for the rest of his team, just finds K-Bron coming in a bit too far, overextending there. And now, ooh, this is really aggressive from Swag. He comes around the corner, but his own nade! They all lined up. It could have been insane for him. Swag, Cassin. Oh my God. You just saw them lining up, and Mike's, he's in the smoke. He doesn't get spotted out, but he does get killed eventually, and it's just all gone downhill. Wait, for which team, though?
Yeah, that's the question. It's just
which
it's
team's
just so
coming on
much
top?
on the kill tracker that is incredible. What a chaos. Space Monkey seems to be the one that's eliminated now. Yeah, it happened. K-Bron falls. Swag. But that was, I mean, first of all, Swag had great cover by his team from the grenades. They really reacted quickly. Yeah. Then he had the lucky shot of K-Bron when he walked in. But then outside, as you said, was lined up, but perfect dinner for him. Like everything waiting. Unfortunately, he stepped on the grenade though. That is about Titanic, can we please have that song playing right now?
Mechanicas. Oh dear, this is not a position you want to be in! What is
nope.
that from Duh? One nade hitting everyone and spraying everyone out. That is the cleanest 4K I've ever seen.
That's how you save ammunition. One grenade sitting down there, and it basically does the job for you. It seems like Brazilian Crusaders are definitely under pressure right now. Malvinas Gaming is pushing. So far, they had awful first 2 rounds. They picked up Raspu, if I saw that correctly, but Einkel gets killed by Andy in return. Chikitin dying by Blue. Okay, that's quite surprising, but I think they had Sylveon Military Island pushing into the circle. Ali gets knocked by Poma. That is what basically happened. Low kicks and Ponna trying to follow up. Yep, that's it for Malvinas Gaming for most of them, but Rusty Zero might find himself with another grenade. That's it.
Rusty Zero gets taken out, but you can see FG Gaming, they're being wiped out as well. PUBG, they are holding all those teams that are coming in from the water, and they've just wiped 2 teams just like that. 3 teams eliminated already, and this is only Phase 3 that's just ended. Phase 4, sorry, that's what we're in. And just like that, 3 teams eliminated in a matter of seconds. And Brazilian Crusaders getting in a fight with Malvinas, they come out on top right there.
The 3 teams that got eliminated, 2 of them are currently among the top of the leaderboards. Furious Gaming and Mechanica. Mechanica first and second, while PUBG is sitting on 7 kills. The same for STDC, another 7 kills. So it seems like that's definitely their round, and they want to play this until the end, just the way they do right now.
Renee, we're only 16 minutes into the game, and 2 teams have 14 kills between them. Okay, for STDC, it didn't work out in their favor. They have 1 player remaining, but still, that's 7 kills and extra placement points. If that 1 player, whereas the FLG, can get up into the top 10, he has grabbed his team some immense points. That's 7 points already. 1 point per kill. We're playing on the super settings. 1 point per kill. And when you get into the top 8, that's when you start getting awarded points for your placement. And the higher up you go, the more reward you get for it. And Poma takes down the entirety of FK. This player is absolutely insane.
He is back. He had such an impressive performance on the first round. He's showing it again with 3 kills. I mean, putting Team Singularity on 3rd on the kill tracker. 4 kills for the entire team. Necro finds another one that is prominent now, getting Rogi at least a kill. That's another point for them, really helping out everywhere. They want to be on top after day 1, that's for sure. Kill Demo gets high power with a bit of help from Faiska, his teammate there. It seems like we're running into a super kill-heavy early phase.
I bloody love it. I love South America. Look at this.
Oh, Andy,
absolutely
you might
love
run
it.
over, but he gets him. Oh, no! It is Kazakhs getting him down. Not even running him over, no. Leaning out of his own Dutch, and he's like, man, I don't need to run you over. I do it the classic way.
Kuzak, what on earth? So he had to press Shift 2 and then start aiming out the window. Okay, usually you're going to expect someone to jump out the vehicle, and that's what what was it? And FPS was waiting for, but he wasn't expecting the switch seat into the lean out the window.
Yes.
Oh my God, I've not seen that.
It's normally it's drive by shooting. It said then drive, stop by shooting.
Drive, skid around, and then shoot. But Kuzak, it doesn't last that long. GBL takes him out just with a nice easy spray, and that's the end of the story for Malvinas.
Singularity though, they are under pressure right now. Poma, the only one that contributed some kills for round 3 so far. So low kicks, Rebo and Panda need to come up with some kills now as well to try to support him a bit. Because they obviously, with the 4 kills they had, they gave away their position. So everyone is now like, okay, Singularity, they're over there. We might want to get rid of them early on. They're playing the north of the circle. They got Lawrence, Sid, and the rest of Ray on the other side. It seems like Poma is on the way there. Did Rebo just down someone? He did, right?
So the way Singularity playing, they've left, who's that? Rebo. I haven't saying that name right. Rebo.
Yeah, Rebo.
Rebo. They left him behind, and he's actually getting a kill on some ProNet players. And he's over there while the other are pushing as 3, just covering the other side of the hill, knowing that there's going to be a team there as well. And yeah, as you were saying, okay, Singularity given away the position. Poma's given away his position. Everyone's like, oh crap, that's Poma. Let's just throw smokes behind us so he can't see us, because we're probably dead if he has this clean line of sight. And let's have a look at him as he's trying to find Yunkosh, sorry.
Ribble finally got a kill, by the way, so it's up to 5 now. It's not all on Poma. That is That's good for them. It's always good when the rest of the team is tagging along. But now they're getting pretty risky. So there are 3 of them in the car. Yes, it is. And they're now going straight through the field. Everyone will be firing at them. I assume there might be a jump. Oh, nearly went drifting over it.
Yeah, this is the
But
hard
not
part.
great.
Entering the field, and that's going to be a good nade. It's going to land right next to
Oh,
Poma.
Junkush is right next to him. Look at them. They basically stopped the car right next to Junkush. And Junkush wants to push right now. They might get low kicks, but low kick finds Junkush first. Reliance falls as well. Junkush been flushed out. Immediately, Singularity picking up another kill. Put them up to 6 now. They're playing so strong right now. They're having a good performance in the first 2, and they want to make sure that the third map is the same. But Ribble now... Ribble got killed, or not just knocked, he also got killed now by Furia, and PG finds the first boss player.
This is one of the best areas to fight, and I love tree-dense areas. As you can see, Godzero actually gets taken down. PG coming in strong right there. The entirety of boss, it doesn't look great for them. Pug B, they're coming up behind PG. So this is a 3-way fight. It is just third-party central at the moment. Noah, last one alive, you can see 5 kills for Durr on his own right there. Pug B, 8 kills. STDC still there. It was 7. What? Oh my god, that's the entirety of Singularity taken out by TT Zor with 1 nade. What is going on? So many like multi-kills by 1 player in this game.
Just like the basically going for the entirety of Singularity.
The entirety of
The entirety
Singularity.
of Singularity is like, okay.
Yeah, it's an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah,
The entirety of
sounds great, man.
Singularity.
Sounds great.
But yeah,
I
there we
like
go.
it.
Singularity are out, and all it took was 1 nade. That is their weakness, their kryptonite, that 1 nade, and that's by DT Zor. So now everyone is getting closer and closer. The circle shrinks and
Look
pushes
at
them.
BLT. They got 1 player right sitting in the center there.
See, do you want to be in the field? Do you want to be like this is the playing field right now. This is the pitch. This is your football pitch, Renee. Do you want to be by the trees? Do you want to be in the compound? Do you want to be in the middle of that field? Durr gets another kill. Runner, he's out. Back to the lobby screen for him. And now you've got Black Dragons that will have to
The
take on.
forest is the forest does not lean into the circle, right? They need to leave it anyway.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Yeah, Boss Esports won. Furia Esports still with all of them. So 4-man strong. BTL won as well. Same for PG and also for Pronac and STDC. While Noah finally falls, it's Boss Esports. Alheino falls for Puck B. It seems like Black Dragon's really getting into this right now. They get another one. Puck B is in trouble right now.
And they're out of the game. Black Dragons just pushed them and annihilated them completely. And now they're switching sights onto the final remaining members of PG. And that's Captain Bublo. He's going to hide. He needs to hide. He's going to use whatever he can. The terrain, the grass, but there's a crate there as well, right next to Black Dragons to reward them for their hard work for getting rid of an entire team. That's level 3 gear. You can fresh up on your armor, get a better weapon. At this point, I would love it to be an Orm, which it is. That's just what you need. You're going into an open field, clean line of sight. You want the AWM going in, but it's going to be in the blue. I don't think they have the time to get it. That's such a shame. But they're going to run straight past Captain Bublo. Oh!
You got spotted out.
There
Yep,
we go.
that's it.
Out.
That is a 7 now for Black Dragons. They really had a strong 3 minutes now, racking up kills left and right. That's another 7 points they get with that. They're on top, back on the kill tracker. It's a nice thing. We see Rayoxy RDS shooting towards the forest that we were talking about before. If you want to be in the forest, if you want to be out on the outside, but hey, at least they're in the circle where RDS is taking some damage.
This is the problem with the forest. When the circle shifts you away from that forest, everyone that's in the field also has clear line of sight on you as you're coming out of that forest. You're elevated, so you're higher up. So you can see Furia. They're 4-man strong. They've got a firing line. Everyone has their SLR. So the SLS, that's a good nade. That DT Zor, he's taken out. He's not going to take out another team with a single nade. But now, Furia, they can switch their sights onto Black Dragons, who are the only threat right now. The 2-man up. And I think Furia, this is their game to absolutely lose. Everyone else, they're down to 1 or 2 players. Black Dragons, we can see 3 on the left there, but one is not right
it's
now.
another team that is eliminated by the Black Dragons. STDC is out now as well, so they really doing a lot.
That's what I mean. Everyone, look at the little minimap. Everyone is shooting at them. No one is shooting anyone else on the field. Black Dragons, they are going through hell right now, and I'll be surprised if every single one of them, well, one of them makes it out alive.
Though, that is the big question. Like, Furia is still the only team with full man in the game. the other ones at Esperado de Rey, they're at least sitting on 2. But that's it. BLT, that's GRunner all on his own. And with that, Black Dragons Esports is eliminated. They did well. They eliminated a lot of teams in the late game here. But RDS put an end to it. He's alone with Lauren Sit now. But they're also sitting on 7 kills. GRunner, look at him. He was just standing there all day long waiting. So hopefully for him, Furia is now taking on Lauren Sit and RDS. So he at least gets 2nd position.
Now, this is where you kind of split up as a squad into your wingman groups. You're going to have, so 2 players, you're going to have your duos in your squads that play really well together. You can only see they're already splitting up. They're using a 2-2 push right now. 2 people push up while the other give covering fire. And we call this in the military pepper potting, which is what I love. 2 people push up while the other give covering fire, but Nade's going to come back and make them fall back. And then while the other 2 need to push up, the 2 that've already pushed up, they give covering fire. And so it kind of keeps everyone, it keeps the enemy's heads down, especially Ragnar. He doesn't actually have clean line of sight on them.
Furia is now really committing to that shack. And Lauren Sit and RDS are moving in. So if they take any longer to get Ragnar down, they might give away their position too much to Lauren Sit and RDS and get involved. That's the grenade, but Ragnar might get away from it just slightly. Oh, that was really, really close because he actually rotated right into it. But that's a grenade. Goes to Flux, but not hitting anything.
Oh god, a Hygen, he just crashes straight into it. He's going to be running around the corner, but the smokes have come out just in time. That's going to confuse him.
Oh,
but Ragnar, he knows about the jump up. He knows about it. He gets the headshot. He gets 1 down, and now the smokes are everywhere. And then Molly's going to go down. In fact, he's going to burn. He's running out of time. He needs to get rezzed really fast. Chuck Pira, he's holding it. Ragnar, he's not going to push out. He's got so much utility.
RDS get involved right now. Ragnar is right in the center of his own smoke, sitting there like, okay, I don't want to.
Look at him. He's got out. He's lying down.
Does he get Chuck Pira? Look at this. Can he get him? That's another grenade. That might be the end of Ragnar now. No, it's smoke.
It's just out of range. So many smokes. Ragnar can just lie in the smoke and survive for so long. Let Furia. Oh! Sorry, mate. On your head. There we go. Let's see what happens.
Still in full force. Nothing happened because they were able to rest who was that? I think it was Hyagwin that was knocked down by Ragnar. But Ragnar's still in there. He's still sitting somewhere in the smokes, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Both teams know it. They all shoot in it. And Ragnar, he's back in the shed.
He's back in the shed. He's just letting these teams take care of each other. But look at how much the gap has closed. Lauren Sid and everyone.
No, he gets another one. Chuck Byra falls to Ragnar. This guy does not want to give up. He does not want to die. Not right now. And he's fighting against an entire squad and a duo on the other side. And he's still going. He might even be able to pick up another kill there. And he does. 3 for his team. That is the grenade. No, it's not even going
All you need is a grenade to go inside and get rid of this menace that is ruining everything for you.
Lauren Sid find RDNX. So that is another one going for Furia. I tell you, Furia now gets in the fight with RDS and Lauren Sid, and in the end, it's Ragnar just coming out of the shit.
Yeah, there's another one not for Furia. This is all falling apart for Furia. This is a mess.
Next grenade missing. Oh, it's another smoke.
Honestly,
yeah,
Renee, if this door was on the other side, Ragnar would not have lived this long.
No, of course not.
Absolutely not. But now Lauren said he falls. Well, Fury, they're going to go back and try and revive the rest of their team so they can have 3 strong going into this. And I think Lauren said will be able to get the res up. RDS should be able to res him right now while all this is happening. Ragnar.
Wait for a lot. It depends on how quickly Lauren Sid and RDX are now pushing. Ragnar, his movement is just so smart. And he might get another one. No, he finds been taken now by Flux. Bitloft is eliminated. That means it's only up to Furia right now. And on the other side, it's Lauren Sid and RDS who will come out on top.
Furia have had enough. Look at that. They're just ready. They push straight past center circle. They want to take the fight to these guys. And they're going to go straight forward. An insane spray by Flux. Higgin, Lauren Sid finds Higgin. But it's going to be Flux that takes both of them. And Furia take game number 3 just like that. What an insane game. Absolutely insane. I love it. I absolutely love South America. You want entertainment, they give it to you.
MVP Ragnar, and obviously the Furia player that managed to miss that great opportunity there to finally get rid of Ragnar earlier on. Wow, what a finish to round 3. I got the feeling every round gets even better, and every single time I think it's not even possible.
Oh, like, look, well, I'm looking at REI, right? They came second, but they have 6 kills. Okay, yeah, Furia came first with 5 kills, but still, that's 6 extra points in your second place. It's just insane. And a lot of, like, look at all the kills that some teams have. Those are full squad wipes by one person.
Mostly with
There's
grenades.
3 teams, mostly by grenades, but 3 teams got squad wiped by one person from different teams. Absolutely insane. You don't see that every day in the NA and EU regions.
South America, that's where it's at. Latin America. That's where we should only do that. It's the real for the rest. It's like we had the same in the Wingman series, let's be honest.
Yeah, I know, we did. I mean, South America, it was just so much more
Yeah,
aggressive.
they deliver.
They do deliver. They deliver jam-packed action, and we can just have a look at the jam-packed action in that entire
The
game. I
fist
completely
fight.
forgot. It started with fists, and eventually people moved on to guns. It's like they just went through the ages.
Yeah, it's evolution.
Absolute evolution, and they found out our grenades. This is unfortunate for Swag.
It's like,
This is where
he
STDC...
basically ran on that grenade right after. Unfortunately, we didn't saw that in the highlights. That was just such an incredible moment. Oh, you saw that headshot.
Wow. Okay, yes.
That was a beautiful
jumps down. Oh, insane. Duh. Duh. Don't go that way. This.
Oh, I love it how he leans out and kills him. It's like,
There are so many clipped moments for this.
Oh, let me do
Guys,
this in a fancy motion.
clip it all. Clip it all. I love this game. This is one of my favorite games I've ever casted. Game 3 of LATAM Masters Grand Finals. Best game. Best game ever. Holy.
Put it in your Twitter bio. Definitely worth it. Whew. All right. I do definitely need to catch a breath before the next
Yeah, I'm
one.
going to go
after this
chug
one.
a Red Bull. I think...
Or other energy drinks available.
It's getting to that time. It's getting to that time right now. I think when you come back to the camera, if I'm right, if the overlay is up, right, everyone just have a look at this corner over there. Just somewhere over there. Just past Renee's face. That's the time over here. And we've got 2 more games after this, don't we? We've got 2 more games to go.
What did you paint on?
Huh?
What did you point at?
Oh, the overlay over
The
there.
local time is back now. It's
Yeah.
like, what did you see? It's like, okay, local time. I get it. I
See,
get it.
I know. There we go. Yes, it's on the screen for us. 3:14 over there. I was pointing at it.
It always looks like he's pointing at me.
Game 3. I am utilizing the lovely overlays that everyone makes. Thank you
There
very
we
much.
go. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it
like
wasn't
it's
up. It wasn't even up. Okay, I probably looked
got it.
like hell.
Can I
But
drag it? Someone else.
This is what
Really
happens
good.
at 3:15 in the morning.
Yeah. It's not PM, guys. It's AM, actually, for us, just in case you're wondering, because we're in Stockholm, Sweden. And not in Latin, because you thought with all your shirts we
yeah.
actually go there. But we
I'm
don't.
excited.
We'll just stay here.
Well, tell you what we're going to do is everyone's going to get ready after that game. We need to calm down because I am just on a massive high right now. So we're going to go on a short break, so don't go anywhere when we bring to you game number 4 of the LATAM Masters.
Welcome back to what will be known as the Insane Masters, basically.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Round 3 is in the books. If you missed that one, then we said that earlier today. Check the VOD, but yeah, definitely check the VOD and highlights on that one because it's just, to me, it feels like this is PUBG more not relaxed because it's intense, but it's more really playing it for the fun of doing it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And as we were walking up the stairs just to go on a little lavatory break, I was just thinking, going back to what the EU and NA stuff is, it's just very slow and methodical, and you take the long-range fights. Here, it's just constant action. Everyone's pushing everything, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But is game 3 the score from the last game? Furia Esports winning that, taking the first place position with 15 points, 5 kills. Espada do Ri, or Rai, excuse our terrible pronunciation, of course, but we would like your help to help us English-speaking casters out. They're in second place with 7 kills, 13 points, and then Black Dragons get 8 kills with 12 points.
Kind of surprising that they're up in third.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I didn't really have that on my list. And with that, Team Singularity now in the lead. After the third round, it's Mechanica on a second. They didn't have a great round because, as you can see, they're still on the 23 points, which means they didn't score a single point. And same for Furious Gaming.
Yeah, you see Singularity and Mechanica, they were the top teams going into it, and they were the first teams to go out. They didn't really get that many points, and that's not great for them if they want to build up the lead. Furia Esports has closed the gap. They're on 22 points, and so is STDC. They're on 22 points, and Black Dragons, they're not far behind, 21 points. So that gap, because of a terrible game that the top teams have had, that gap has closed quite a bit. And now going in, it's only the first 5 games today, but we've got a few more games for the next day. But this is a good position to be in if you're towards the bottom of that first half of the
I'm still a bit surprised by Brazilian Crusaders. I mean, on the second page of the results, that's probably not where they saw themselves before going into the Latin American Masters, on the way to GLL Grand Slam. And we got a plane basically right through the center from north down to south. So Space Monkeys once again going as far up north as they can. It's basically what they did the previous round as well. I absolutely expect Singularity to be on Roshok. And let's see if we have PG and maybe Puck B on Sosnovka Island. Then it would be a similar setup as we saw in all the previous rounds. And we know it's probably a bit slower start than what we see on duos or what we see somewhere else. It's just more sorted. But I like what we see afterwards. And due to that, I'm totally fine with them starting like this. Because we will need all the breath and our voices for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I didn't even know it was the last 10 minutes. It's like the
15 or 20.
Yeah, it uses the last 20 minutes, which is the whole entire game, as we've seen from the South American region. Absolutely insane, and I'm just loving every single second of it. Pug B, they do take Sosnovska Island. Again, a really good place to go. You're not going to get contested that much, but as the rotation's out of it, you have to be confident in that rotation getting out of the island, and it's a very center circle, so everyone can loot up a bit longer, and they can stay in their compounds. Brazilian Crusaders, they have Pachinki. They can chill in there for a little bit. It really does depend. It's going to be Circle 2 that pushes everyone out, and people will start understanding where the circle is going to be ending. And Circle 3 is kind of where you want to dig into your spots and go for those fights and really challenge for those compounds that we did see. Let's hope, you know, those fields down there on the left, not a chance they're going to go there again. It'll be a ball ache if it does, but no way. You've already had that field finish. I want a town finish, in all honesty. I want to see all these teams clumped up in Yasnaya, 20 alive, 20. I'm still thinking we're playing Wingman. I want to see like 10 teams alive, really close proximity, having to fight in corners. It'll be absolute carnage. And it's South American region, so I believe they can deliver a great show for us. We can already see REI. They're making their rotation in. They've landed on Sosnovska Island, but they found themselves a boat, and they're going to make their way towards Novo, which is an okay place to loot, especially no one is there. And everyone's pretty much splitting up. Everyone's got their little locations, BLT, the yellow houses, and the southern Pachinki little compounds that they can take. MEC, Mechanica.
XX goes for a very long shot here.
Breaking the Geneva Convention right there. Absolutely not allowed, but hey.
Is that against Geneva Convention?
Well, shooting people parachuting? Yeah. Absolutely.
Is it?
Yeah, the defenseless.
I never had that problem. I'm sorry, man. It's not like I'm standing at home. It's like, considering shooting that parachuter.
Yeah, is it ethically right for me to shoot someone that doesn't
But then the question is it ethically right to shoot anyone anyway?
Well,
probably not.
If it's in a scenario like this where you're all trying to survive, probably yes. And my God,
you just set their lives like, yeah, probably yeah, no problem.
It's okay, and a couple of shots are hitting. Will Lauren Sid go down? Nope, absolutely not. But that's the Beryl with a 4x right there. But they still look at those yellow bananas running, trying to make their way into Milta.
Yeah, Milta will come the new home for RDS and GBL. Lauren Sid, he stays there. How's he doing there?
He's got himself a little ridge.
Is he having a break?
Yeah, see, he doesn't have any health. He's just going to wait.
Sometimes you just have to take a breath, take a moment, enjoy nature. Have a quick look at, try to breathe in all that Erangel has to offer, especially with the new patch coming around the corner. So it's basically what he's doing right here. Trying to appreciate Erangel. Yeah,
so Lauren said he was just waiting for the time to... Well, for I was going to say, he's waiting for FLKS to kind of stop looking in his direction. But, of course, FLKS, he's hungry for those early kills, and he's not going to do anything of the such. But Orensid survives, manages to make his way into Milta, and now they can loot up. And the lucky thing for REI is that Milta is in the circle, and they did have a late rotation into it, so they can loot it up and stay in there a bit longer before making that rotation out of there. Space Monkeys already leaving Severning, going to be going towards Rozhok, the home of Singularity at the current moment, and they're going to actually be crossing the Rozhok Bridge as well. So Singularity...
It will be interesting. Look at this. FK and Space Monkeys, they're basically running into Singularity at the same time. No, FK, okay, they go into Yasnaya. That is Furia region so far. BLT on the site with PG down there. And are they... No, they're sharing a car. He's with 2 people in there. So Singularity always at Rozhok. They obviously know every single centimeter of what they try to defend right now.
Space Monkeys. They are not going to push into Rozhok straight away. They're going to scout it out before making their way in. It's how you should play it. And they have the bike, so they can send in Zonny first to kind of draw any attention, draw any fire. It's harder to shoot someone on a bike because of the speed it's going at and because of the smaller model as well. But they're just going to play it very slowly, just not taking any risks. Zonny will probably lead the charge as they make the rotation in. A crate is dropping right next to Poma. He's going to just get level 3'd up. Is this exactly what Singularity need? I think another team needs it more, to be honest. But, oh, Poma, don't let it crush you. Okay, good. Goody, good, good. MK14, nice, and the extended quick draw mag to go with it. Just what you need. And we did see in the first game, Poma, he did have the MK14 at hand, and he did use it very well, switching between single fire and auto mode as well. And what a nade, landing
FLG
right on top of FLG.
Whew.
No time to react. Malvinas Gaming getting themselves an extra point really early on.
Yeah, FLG now, he tries to crawl away, but Ellie's coming close already. Einkel on the back, providing some cover. Poma is having some shots at the Space Monkeys. They finally decided to pay a visit to Rozhok. Obviously, yeah, FLG got flushed out. That's the first kill for Malvinas Gaming. And they need that points. They really, really need them. Whatever they can take, do it right now.
6 minutes in, we've already lost 1 play, and that's it. We might be losing another one by the spray coming in. Ooh, brick hits, literally hits a brick wall. At the moment, Einkel falls as well, so STDC taking down another member of Malvinas Gaming. No, sorry, it's the opposite, other way around. Malvinas Gaming loses a player all of a sudden. Yep. That's a bit of revenge coming in. And Chikritin, he's now trying to clear out the rest of his compound because there is one player there.
Furious Gaming, one of the teams that had a good first round, a perfect second round, and then third round, I think they didn't score a single point. So they obviously want to make that a lot better now in this round than on the previous ones. It's the same for, it was Furious, and what was the other team that didn't score? Mechanica.
Mechanica.
Yeah. They're still up ahead on the leaderboard and compared to most of the other teams, but they need to get back on the points. They need to actually score something. BRC, close to Pachinki, and we see that PG is sometimes taking some of the shots. BLT on the other side, and with Captain Bublo having some sort of a flank to BRC, they decided to stay at the farms, have a lot of land life, countryside.
Yeah, so they did loot up Pachinki, and they're just taking the farmhouses because that's the place where lots of people go. People don't tend to go into Pachinki on a rotation unless the circle forces them there. So they're taking the farmhouses, just a precautionary thing, as the circle might shift away from Pachinki. If it doesn't, they know that Pachinki will be free, and they'll be the first people in there on their rotation.
Here is the man, Rockner, that can turn a little shack into an unbeatable castle, stronghold, basically. Avoiding grenades, killing people. That man is a machine. Saw that in round 2. Let's see what he does in round 3.
I would just love
round
it.
4.
Round 4. I would just love it if his name carried on a bit and it was literally Ragnarok. He was just bringing down hell onto Furia. Just that one shack. By one shack, he just was just being a menace for Furia in that last game. PUBG, another team that just had an insane last game as well. They're rotating into the circle. They've finished looting up their Milta. And, sorry, no, they weren't looting up Milta. They looted up the Sosnovska Island. So they've made it across the bridge nice and safe. And they're going to be making it more in towards center circle as phase 2 begins. And there we go. It's a shift towards the east. I keep forgetting. I have to remember. Yeah, right side is east. The left side is west.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've done this game for so long now. It should be like second nature, but I still forget. So east, and you can see no one is around the mansion prison area, but look at the herd of vehicles coming in. Every single member of every single team has a vehicle for themselves, and they're coming in hard and fast. Whoever gets there first can get... Well, they've got first pickings on the prime real estate, and it looks like PUBG are going to be taking the granny house.
What's the price per square meter, though? Handy Who finds a Panda. He drops him, at least. It seems like Singularity is under a bit of pressure by FK team right now, because they spotted most of them. They spot Panda. Who's behind that? Is it Poma? That's a low kicks. Because, oh, look! Ribbo is on a completely different direction, an angle to this. Yeah, he could flank them, but he's not really getting involved right now. No, he's picking up a car, right?
So Ribbo was already doing the rotation, and he's rotating into a better part for the circle. And I think that knock on Panda just kind of slowed down the whole knock by Singularity. GBL, sorry, knocks Lauren Sid as they're making their way into the rotation. Look at the density of players in the middle of the circle right there, right dead center. Everyone's crossing from each other.
Faiska gets Raspu. That's an important kill against the Brazilian Crusaders. Black Dragon striking once again.
You're just waiting for this. The teams that got that early on, now they're just looking out and looking at everyone else rotating, and everyone else is so slow on the rotation that they're just getting sprayed up from all angles. Black Dragons getting really close to BRC. A grenade is going to bounce. It might take down... No, yes, it does. Kill demo. Yes, finished off. BRC and 1 FPS picks up that kill. Ribbo finds Rafa. Rafa falls, but the kill is completely stolen by Necron. PUBG also losing a few players right there. Duh is downed. BLT coming in towards the shelter area. Black Dragon still taking on that fight. Rusty Zero falls. Lauren Sid manages to make his way back up after getting rezzed. Spraying down player. Handy Who takes down Ribbo. It's just chaos again.
Ribbo's even out.
Yeah. South America just descends into chaos in Circle 3.
Which, okay, they still got low kicks and they got Poma, but they lost the other two, I assume, on the side of Singularity, because everyone was shooting. That kill feed was basically bursting from everyone that tried to get involved and tried to get his name on the board there. Let's quickly try to sort this out. Rusty Zero, I think someone is down on the BSC side. That could be Rusty Zero. It is, actually. Andy tries to help him out, but Burke from Black Dragon Esports having the long shots here. Try to avoid seeing Rusty Zero coming back, and Hyper from the other side downs Andy. And with that, there's no one that can rest them right now. I think we have to say goodbye to those two. Oh yeah, we say goodbye to Andy already, and probably soon do so to Rusty Zero, while Swack finds H11 Junior from the Black Dragon. So it seems like all of the teams right now need to fear losing one or two people.
There's the thing with this circle. You have to be the first team in so you can get a better position. You can see Brazilian Crusaders, they're having a hard time. Black Dragons also had a really tough time. You can see they're all down. They're just down to 2 players, and they've taken the warehouse, but they were late on that rotation. FG have taken the little ditch on the crossroads. Not the greatest place to be in. And Black Dragons, they are raining hell on Brazilian Crusaders, and the circle yet again shifts down towards the south.
Yeah,
so it's
definitely interesting shift, because Furia needs to rotate in. Same for Malvinas Gaming. The Space Monkeys are already on the way, but if they get closer to prison, they also get closer to GBL and his team. The BRC guys are down to only Psychopata, if I see that correctly.
What's happening up there in the north? Look, Boss are rotating in, and they're rotating straight towards Malvinas Gaming. They're not going to be aware of that. Noran, he might get a spray down if he has the angle. No, we can't see any shots coming out. Singularity also going for a northern right.
Now they start shooting. Now they start shooting. Singularity is actually being on the road trip right now. It seems like they want to get away from the previous position to make sure they're not getting spotted. Might want to be the last one entering the circle up north.
Yeah, there are some teams that are doing some 200 IQ rotations right now, leaving the area, trying to go as south as possible, knowing that it'll be completely empty because of the chaos that descended at the start of Circle 3. They know exactly that that place will be completely empty. Logan, he's pushing up against Space Monkeys. He takes one... it's actually... Nehibol, he takes down Zonny, finishes him off as well, and Logan's pushing up, trying to find the rest of Space Monkeys on their rotation. Space Monkeys have gone straight into PG. Their rotation hasn't gone that well. Judro finds Nehibol.
Yeah, not connecting the shot, though.
Oh, Captain Booblo connects a shot though, but he does fall behind some solid cover, so he can get the res up. But in good old-fashioned South American style, you get a knock, you push straight away, and Captain Booblo, the nades are coming out, the raining hell, the res is going to be so much harder to take. But look at the wrap coming down from PG Logan up there on the left, Captain Booblo coming in on the right, Mike's and Cole. Oh no, he saves it. I was going to say Mike's and Cabron.
Yeah, both on the bike there. Got lucky. Logan tries to take some shots. At least they got some damage done, but couldn't knock them off their bike. But I think they will definitely get the kill on Shudro. He will say goodbye soon. Rogi tries on to the boss esports players on the other side. There will be an interesting fight here right on the rocks at the, I will call it a rift for now, here at Prison. And it will be kind of hard for them because, yeah, there's
Singularity. They're coming in. Boss, they're going to show who is boss right now. Singularity coming from behind. They're coming in hard and fast. Boss, they have heard the vehicles. And I think Singularity, they know that that place is taken. So look at that. They've just done a complete 180. They're going to leave Boss up there and they're going to fight. The bottom of Prison is not taken at all. Singularity, they have this area that they can take for themselves and they can just wait it out.
But there isn't much right now between Prison and Mansion. There isn't really a lot to play with, if I'm not mistaken, right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There isn't a lot. There's only a bunch of trees, but they're so spread out, and we're going to see that in a second. And especially up here on the rocks, you can see straight down there. High Power, he gets dropped. Should be able to get res. He's not getting flushed out anytime soon. The next circle to show itself, and it's going to just donut in towards Shelter. Oh, boy, are we in for a treat. A Shelter finish. I really hope that people start going into the Shelter, and we see some close quarter combat right there.
Dar gets tacked by BTL. That's what we saw here with the suppressor. We see GRunner is behind him. Harold, they all still around. That's a full squad here. And Burke is moving in. That is Black Dragon Esports. They try to find a place for themselves here. The same for Team Singularity. Are they actually pushing down there? No, they're not. They just parked the Jeep right in front of it. Taking some shots on Black Dragon, though. Black Dragon down to 2, if I saw that correctly. Yeah, they definitely lost some in the earlier fights.
So what they're doing is that they're just blocking the entrance off, so they're going to either take the UAS down or, yeah, this is going to be really good for them. Oh, Swag is waiting at the bottom of the stairs. A good place to hold. He gets the knock onto Lokex, but Lokex just manages to make his way up, so they can throw some nades down. They're going to bounce straight out in front of Swag. He's going to run into them. Oh, just not timed well enough. Swag does take a bit of damage. They can get the res up, and then they can start pushing in. In fact, they're not going to go for the res. They're going to go straight for the flush. Panda, he's pushed in. Okay, he's going to come back, and they're going to throw the smoke. Poma, he's going to be the first front man right there. And this is the thing about this position that Swag has. He can see the feet before they see him completely. And this nade, oh my god, if physics doesn't work and that nade goes up the stairs, can he get 3 kills with it? I beg. He actually finishes off Lokex.
No, he dropped him again. Yeah. He downed him again after that revive by his teammate before. But that will be an interesting fight while we see Piantos Gaming against Boss Esports here. Logan trying to get a bit closer, sneaking left him, and then he gets up and he gets the shots done, but it wasn't enough to down anyone. He tries a second time. He finally gets Noah though, but that was his teammate, the Hebel, not Logan. Logan is pretty quick with walking around. Yep, he gets Snova, and he actually flushes him. It seems like PG got the upper hand to get Boss. They got Zero and Vin still alive.
One player from Boss is remaining, but he's lying down. It's so hard to find him in all the grass, but there we go. Finally, Boss is eliminated by Piantos Gaming, and now Piantos Gaming can push in. And finally, Mechanicas, we see them on the leaderboard now. They take down Space Monkeys. Mike's is taken down, and every single team...
Does PG really have 7 kills already?
Yeah, this is the aggression that I love. And Furia coming in. Chuck Pira falls really low. He looks away, but his teammate gets the knock, but he gets knocked in return. Chuck Pira and Hyaguin, he gets knocked. Flux, he's the last remaining player. His entire team is down. They're red. They're bleeding out. He's being shot by Mufasa God. Is he a god indeed? He doesn't take him down. He finishes off RDNX. Now, Hyaguin also gets taken down by Ali.
It doesn't look good for Furia right now. It seems like they will be the next team being eliminated from Game 4 here. What are they, down to 1? Yeah, they're down to 1 for esports. Yeah, 1 kill and also only 1 man alive. And that is up to this one, Mufasa. He really did well. The fight for the center of the circle is ongoing, and it's strong right now. Furious Gaming not really getting involved at all. They still have 4 people alive. No kills so far on their list, while Balita's just looking at the rotation of Lawrence Sid and GBL and the rest of REI, and he's now taking the shot onto GBL. It's not enough to down him, though. Oh, he does, after the peek around that tree. And now Lawrence said they need to play blue.
Oh my God.
And Mufasa is just going in once again. He's pushing down the hill. They get them. Brazilian Crusaders on the other side got eliminated. Once again, only 14th. That's not what they're looking for. Handy Who is trying to get involved with Lawrence Sid. Mufasa flushes him from the map, and it seems like we need to say goodbye to REI once again with FK pushing hard right onto blue.
Where is he? Where is he? They finally found him after that spray. Rogi Wow does get taken out, but Fasagod does get knocked. The blue is coming in. He might be able to get the res. No, Rogi Wow actually throws a nade before he dies, so he confirms that kill on Mafasagod. So that's an extra point just before they go out. Misery loves company, as they say, but Piantas Gaming, they've changed their sights onto FK as they're coming in. We can see the grenades flying over by ProNet onto FG. Necro pushing. He's getting tagged up. He actually gets the tag onto Danny, but Danny doesn't fall. Danny falls from someone else. Slizian. No, that's not Slizian.
But Energy died down there, so they got at least one kill. And Fury Esport also got eliminated.
Look at this, Mechanicas, they're third partying FG right now, as ProNet are pushing up just above them. Necro, he does fall. FG getting some kills into ProNet. Yunkosh, he falls as well. Yunkosh gets taken out by a grenade. But it's all fights going everywhere. It's Mechanicas. They're just on the other hill. They're looking at everything. They're looking at everyone, and they just want the points. They're doing damage, and they're just being an absolute ball ache for everyone else on the map.
Yeah, currently 3 kills for them. That's not bad yet. They played so consistently in the first 2 rounds. They want to get on that again because they didn't score any points on the last one. PUBG loses Duh, Hino, and Hypow in just a blink of an eye. And it seems like they're not in the best condition. Tranko is still around, but he's all alone. Pretty lonely down there. He's taking the shots on Ruckner, and he takes him out. Adds another point to the list.
Oh, he's getting in another fight as well, but he's behind a tree. Slizian, he's going to throw a nade at the tree, but Tranko, he's out in the open. He sits, he goes for the spray back. He's about below half HP. He's got time to heal, but he's being shot from every single corner right now. He has to take a fight and commit to it. Right now, Slizian, he is going to find him and take him out. Right, a bullet in his cranium. And there we go, 5 kills for Slizian. And as we go in BLT, you can see Singularity still taking on this fight against Swag. Poma, he finds Swag and finishes him off. So now Singularity have complete control of that first level of bunker coming in from that entrance. So this is good for them.
STDC is out with that after the last kill of Poma. They hear ball on PG. They're trying to push, and there's still 4 men alive. Oh, what a lovely shot at Belita. He knocked him. Might even be able to finish him off. He does so in a quick manner. That's really nice for them. Harold, though, finds Handy Who. So that is BLT once again getting involved in the same fight, trying to third partying there. Even if I would say that wasn't really a picked fight before. But as you said, Singularity, they try to build their position there before the next phase starts.
I love it. Look at the kill tracker right now. Piantas Gaming with 8 kills, Bitloft with 7, FK Team with 7, 3 teams with more than 5 kills up there on the top of the leaderboard, and we have 8 teams alive. This is when you start getting points for placements. 1 point for 8th place, and that goes straight to Black Dragons, and 1 point for 7th place right now. So who's it going to be next? At the moment, FK are just down to Kovad. We did see him in the duos. We did see him play well, but he's now in a solos match against a complete squad game. You've got the likes of Mechanica, who still have 4 strong. In fact, I speak too soon, ProNet get eliminated in 7th place.
I'm just wondering right now if PG stumbles across our lonely soldier down there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to catch the name this time. Ronner is out. Letty from Mechanicas takes him off the map. Singularity tries to move around, I think up north at just a slight bit. It's Kovat, yeah, that was the one I was talking about before, because PG could probably have a look at him, but so far they didn't spot him. He's laying right next to his teammate that just died there. Kapital might be the next one to see him. Yeah, he now spots him. Yep, that's an easy one. The hat basically laying right in front of him. Easy to kill. And that makes it a lot better in another point for them. 9-9-5-2-1. That's what we're looking at all right now. Look at this.
Absolutely insane. I mean, Piantas Gaming just did get a player get knocked and I think outed just there by Panda with the Kar 98. You can see Singularity. They haven't really done great at the moment. No kills. Well, only 1 kill to their name, and that's by Poma, who is getting tagged up. He needs to fall back. The level 3 armor helping him survive a bit longer. Panda looking for a nice, easy frag, and there we go, the head of Nehebol, and that is him taken out after that knock. So another kill added to the tracker. I was going to say, Mechanicas, they're really making up for game 3. Not them. They didn't really take much. Oh, Logan, you have a drop on Poma. Take him out, my dude, and he goes for the spray. Poma just survives with the skin of his teeth. He's so low.
It's blue as well. It's just keep in mind, the teams at Bitloft and PG with 9 points, if they do another kill, they have as many points as you get for an entire win of a round already.
10 points, yeah, you're right.
And that's now we're in the top 5, so they also get placement on top of that. So definitely helps them to move along the leaderboard. Singularity is our current leader. If they have another top 5 round with a lot of kills and they only sit on 2 so far, still, it's not bad.
Look at how Singularity are playing this. They've got one guy down in, so Lokex takes down Logan. They've got 2 players playing still up here, defending the high ground, while they've got 1 player in the bunker, just making sure that no one's going to be flanking from behind. Okay, it must be a boring thing. Okay, he's now left, so it's Lokex. He's just waiting down there. But Panda and Lokex, they throw some nades up and they do take down PG. PG are left to 0 now as they get eliminated. 9 kills still in 5th place. That is a lot of points to put towards their name right now. Mechanicas still looking strong. They are 4-man strong right now. And Pamps, he's made his way into the circle for the rest of his team. They have the likes of FG just ahead of them. FLKS holding the angle with the Kar 98 8X, a good rifle to have, especially at this range right now, as everyone's going to be making their way in. Chicketin holding off BLT. Well, not really holding off BLT, to be honest. Dying to BLT, but it's going to be Mechanicas. They steal the kill. Look at that. They just steal it. They want the points. They take the points.
Oh, if they eliminate another team, Singularity is in the top 3, and yes, they will be in the top 3. 9 kills for Bitloft, 7 for Mechanicas, 4 for Singularity. So after this one, I'm absolutely certain that Singularity is still on top of the leaderboard. But if Panda and Poma with low kicks can survive a bit longer, maybe fight another team. But is it, what? Is it 3 versus 4 versus 3?
3 versus 3 versus 4. Yeah, and that's a good nade. Poma gets
Poma
taken down very low.
One.
I was going to say, Singularity, they've made up some points in their kills. They've got 4 kills right now, but there are 7 extra kills for them to take. And they could be up there with 9 and 7 like the other 2 teams have. Mechanicas, they have 9 kills. BLT have 7. And this is the opportunity for Singularity to really come out on top. We saw them play an insane first game, and they've made it through to the last one. That's a good nade. Lokex,
beautiful.
He doesn't have time to react to it, and he gets taken down. He's going to get flushed for good measure as well.
Yeah, that was an easy one for BLT to pick up another kill. Beautiful.
10 kills.
Timed grenade, cooking it just right. And now Panda and Poma are all alone on the side of Singularity. Mechanicas still with 4 squad. Bitloft down to 3. That will be a huge fight now for the last remaining 3 positions. Obviously, Poma and Panda can be happy about being inside the top 3, but I'm absolutely sure that they want more than that.
I mean, if there's one person that you want to be in the last circle to clutch it for your team, I would have Poma on that team any day. From what I've seen, his capabilities of what he can do, really play around smokes and utility and use it to his advantage. I would want him any single day, but right now it might be a little much to ask for him versus 7 other players. Panda is there. Panda can give that covering fire. Maybe Panda might go absolutely ham. We have yet to see. But this is BLT and Mechanicas. It is Mechanicas' game to lose. They do have good positioning in the circle at the moment. I think this is the final circle before we see it close. I just forgot to look at the... so phase 8. So the next circle will just close down to the center. And Slizian is going to throw a Molotov, trying to deny area control. Right, it doesn't really reach the rock of Pamps. It just goes to the one in front. But BLT, look, they're reduced to using trees. Just trees. All that stands between them and Mechanicas is a bit of wood, and right now they need to close the gap.
This is so good for Singularity that Mechanicas and BLT get in a fight first, because Poma and Panda have a way better look at the teams and where they located and how they created the line of fire, it seems. But with Mechanica and how they played the first 2 rounds, I think they could have this. If they play solid and they seem to be a bit slower in what they normally do, and they try to be a more on the safe side, so far they've paid off for them. But, yep, might be a shot soon for BLT. I'm still not connecting, though.
You can see Singularity, they're not getting involved at all. They're just snaking into the circle. They're just waiting for the next phase, the phase where everyone has to slowly walk towards the center. And I think that's where they really do shine. They're not being forced to over-rotate. They're just being forced to move slowly into the center, and they can really use that to their advantage. Poem going to the next bit. He doesn't have any utility. Look at that. No more meds, nothing. He's got a molly, and that is it. 75 HP and a tattered level 3 gear. That's a good molly. It is actually going to land right next to Ern. I don't know if it's burning Ern. He might have had to run away from that.
No, I think he missed him.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But Ern is like, hang on, what? Where did that come from?
Obviously, the problem is now that he knows exactly that someone is sneaking towards the back.
This is it.
Really
Navy
getting
SEALs.
close.
Navy SEALs, I like it.
Now we're in the last phase. Everything gets closer and closer and closer. Less room to play around with. So
this is clever from Pamps, right? So he's pushing around, and BLT are not going to be expecting him to be up like really this close. But everyone's going to be pushed out of their cover into the high ground, into the ridges that they don't have anymore. You can see the smokes now being completely used. Pamps, he does have 2 smokes. He's already peeking around. He finds Harold, goes for the spray on Sizian, takes him down to very low HP. The circle's coming in, so they don't have much time to heal up or move. He's going to go straight for the molly as Sizian's lying down. Ernie, he lands the molly. He hits both of them. But it's going to be Panda who comes in, takes everyone down. Actually, no, Panda gets taken out. Poem gets taken out. So that's Singularity out in 3rd place. Sizian takes down Pamps. Letty, he does find Poma. Now it's just down to the 3 members of Mechanicas. And 2 from
they
BLT.
need to play this smart right now because losing this is not really an option. Pamps falls. That grenade finds another 2 of BLT, so it's down to just 1. It should be the 3 versus 1 right now. That's another grenade. That's probably the end of it. And it's Mechanicas that takes the win in game 4. And with that, have a huge comeback after being without any kill in round 3. And they add 2 kills. No, any point in round 3 even. But 2 kills and a win? Wow.
Yeah, that is, what, 10? That is 22 points. They've really made up for well, imagine if what they could have done last game if didn't ruin their chances as they came up. I mean, if that's how they perform and all 4 of them are up right till the end, then my God, they did miss out on a bunch of points, but they really did make it up. And they said, look, okay, we can have a 1 bad game, but we are a consistent team, and this is it, and this is how we show it.
I mean, that is, what, 2nd place, 1st place, non-1st place. That's what I call consistency. I'm pretty sure that's on Wikipedia under consistency.
Yeah.
It's like just the row of their games.
You can have 1 outlier, right? You're allowed to. If you're that consistent, you can have that 1 or 2 games, especially in a long series. We've got 60 matches.
Even 3, we try to calculate it. I think you can have 3.
You can have 3
games where you not do much.
Look at that, FLG. It's one of those kind of names where you literally just hear doink, poof. Oh, well, okay. I don't really have time to react.
Yeah, the bunker, that was so easy for Swag. He obviously saw as he sat the feet first, but no one was able to spot him, so he could pick up not the kill though. He only got the drop. But later on, they also tried to push. That was FK versus REI, where they pushed it towards blue. And Youngkush and his team was in a lot of pressure. They'd not really been able to play freely on this game 4. It was just incredible aiming everywhere. That was an easy one for Captain. Yep, look at this. Tap, 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 and cove it out.
Don't forget, we actually had 3 teams. Well, I think it was about 4 or 5 teams that had +7 kills. 2 teams made it at the 10 kill mark. So this is a high frag game for a lot of teams. So regardless of them not getting enough placement points, they still made it up, and they are closing the gap still with the kills that they're getting. And, you know, someone said it right, you know, the LATAM region it can be so random. You can have your teams that are consistent. We can see them coming out, Singularity, BLT, and Mechanicas. But you can just have that 1 game where just 1 team can just go absolutely insane and ham. And we've already seen that come out right now. And it's just so fun to watch, guys. I don't know what else to say. It's actually...
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think we had great action with every single game tonight. It's just providing good PUBG. Yes, it might not be... I know that you like to compare it, especially Tobi, he likes to compare it to EU and NA.
I mean, don't get me wrong, EU and NA, they're still fun to watch, but the playstyle is just...
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. And I really enjoy this now.
I do.
It's like, okay, that is great. That's what we want to see.
You guys are keeping us energized, you know, with all this interesting gameplay. Usually, like, the first 20 minutes of PUBG is just like loot phase, nothing happens. But even like the loot phase, it's still interesting to watch. And you can see, of course, in the top right, it's getting quite late. We've got one more game to go to after the little break that we're going to go for. That is going to be game 5. We're going to be finishing off Erangel today. My name is Tal. This is Renee. And we won't keep it for that long, but just one more game is all we ask for you lovely South American fans. Stick around and we'll see how this day finishes off after this short break.
Game 5 is on Latin American Masters by GLL. It's day 1, and we're on our way to maybe giving away 2 spots. Not maybe, we're definitely giving them away to the Grand Slam, but after day 3, and we're only in day 1. 5 maps of Erangel, that's what we saw tonight, or see tonight. We had 4 of them already. I have to say, Mechanica did a great job in making sure that they're nearly always in the top 3 besides round 3. So I would say we just look really quick in the actual scores of last round and then on the overall one. So Mechanica, they actually got their 2nd win, if I remember that correctly. And excuse me, it's 4 AM in the morning, so we might miss that. But it's 10 points from placement, another 12 kills to that, as the 10 points wouldn't be enough. Put them up to 22.
Points,
you know what that means? They basically doubled their points because they had to be on 23 before going into this round.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They have doubled their points completely, so they're going to be in the lead in the overall leaderboard going into game 5. Bit loft in there in 2nd place. If you see Singularity still making up into the top 5. But there we go. Now the lead is being stretched a bit more. 45 points to 37 for the 1st and 2nd place. Singularity not that far ahead. Only 4 points difference between Bitloft and 3rd place. Furious Gaming 29. FK Team also on 29 points. Piantas Gaming 29 as well. So you can see everyone on 29 points pretty much. And 24 and 23 for the 7th, 8th and 9th position.
Furia Esports had their way up on the last round after game 3. But then in game 4, it seems like they didn't score a single point there. So they're still stuck on 23. There's still a lot to play for. I mean, look at that. It's 23 to what? 29 to get close to the top 3?
Yep.
You could do that. If Furious Gaming just gets out immediately, then there's a chance for you. But it seems like Mechanica is the most consistent team right now after the first four rounds.
You have to say, pretty disappointed in Brazilian Crusaders at the moment. They were the team that made it to the Global Summit, the last PUBG major that we've had, one of the only majors that we've had this year. And they're currently sitting in 13th place with 15 points, so maybe just not the best start for them. Maybe something has fallen off, but we might be able to see them improve better as more games do come along. Maybe the Game 5 could be their game to change everything around. But yeah, 1 game remaining. Oh my god, am I happy. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh boy. Oh boy. But we're going to be doing this again tomorrow and day after that.
When there's good PUBG action, why not?
Yeah, why not? Oh,
I mean, at least I'm absolutely sure about that. After tonight, I will not even question tomorrow. Or to.
But we should just change. We should change it. It's not day 1 over there.
Yeah, it's day
it's
one
not
and
day
a
1.
half.
It's morning 1. We should call it morning 1.
Morning 1.
After that. Yeah, so just over the break, we got told, so this is us learning, is it Portuguese that they speak in South America? Or, well, it depends, especially where you are from South America, be Portuguese or Mexican or Spanish. So, you know, one of the Latin, the Latino speaking languages. Laranja Mechanica is the translation into Clockwork Orange, which somehow, and please someone tell me how, somehow this is a reference to the Netherlands football team.
Oranje.
Which,
there we go.
Oranje?
That's how Germans call the Dutch, like the Netherlands football team.
Oranje?
Yeah, due to the orange jerseys.
The orange jerseys, right, okay. Well, I was just wondering, I was like, Clockwork Orange, okay, it could be a reference to the movie, but no, it's to the Netherlands soccer team. The Clockwork is Clockwork Orange.
There's a movie, Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick. It's the one with the guys that go around beating up people with the masks and they drink a lot of milk.
No clue what you're talking
No,
about.
it's a
Alright.
classic
It's
movie,
like, what? Yeah, I'll check that when I wake up later today at around 3 to 4 p.m. I'll have a look at it. Never mind. We're starting and we're going now northeast to southwest. That's the plan we have. We basically do a pretty neat line here across the map, and we see FK going to Storber. That's new. All right, Furia there in Yasnaya, as always. Nothing changed there. Same for Singularity. They hug around Rosshawk because they really, really like that place. The only thing that really changed is Space Monkey.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near north.
No, they're changing up the game, especially with this plane. It literally was just a nice diagonal cut down the mainland of the map, and it's pretty good. And we're seeing it again. PUBG, High Power, he's going to be fighting for the vehicle. Who gets in first is going to be High Power. He's got it. And, ooh, PG, Nebol.
Yeah, just
he's
tag
in.
along.
He's going to go for a ride. Let's go for a ride, boys. Let's go. Okay, jumps out just before the car reaches top speed, so he's not going to get knocked out. And he does survive for another day. And PUBG, they've got a vehicle to take over there to Sosnovska Island, and they can use it to get out. But the circle is going to be skewed towards the northern part.
That one time Space Monkey isn't up north.
Yeah, that one time. And they're like, oh, for God's sake, guys. What is Malvinas getting? It's Noran. He's like, right, okay, I'm just going to do some damage.
He's
God,
practicing.
what on earth is that on his head?
Beautiful ad.
My
I
God.
like that we dive into fashion right now on Game 5.
Holy.
Appreciate that.
If you want to be inconspicuous, that is not what you wear. Absolutely not.
Maybe he will go into a building and just pretend he's a lamp. I think that he will just sit there, crouch. He will just sit there,
I'm a
and
lamp.
people will totally overlook him.
I'm a yellow lamp. Don't mind me. I'm just a yellow lamp in
It
the
could be
corner.
part of BDSM. I'm not sure.
Well, you know, people do wear these silly hats, and I just whatever. But when you do pick up a helmet, the hat does go away. But Jesus, is that one big hat to have right at the start. But Malvinas Gaming, they are looting up the hospital area and the southern compounds just below South Georgia Pole. They have Einkel in the God compound just above Everest. And with this northern circle, you can see a lot of teams are going to just loot up straight away. You've got PUBG. They've got the longest rotation to make in. They have to travel all the way from Sosnovska Island. Einkel finds himself a DP28, and I think he's got himself an M16, if I'm right. That's what it looked like. Nice butt stock. An M16 that you can now have a tactical stock on it to reduce the bounce from the recoil. Very good additions that PUBG are making to the game, and my God, am I excited for Erangel 2.0. Everyone, you should try it out. It's gonna change up the game, how we play. So apparently, as Tobi was telling me, so in Game 3, where we had that massive fight in the field, the field just above the western bridge, so that field now has like a tree line there, just going straight down the field. So that means that you're not going to have teams that are just being shot from more than 100 meters away, 200, 300 meters away, just people camping on the hills, just shooting everyone in the field. You can actually use that field in a more utilizing way. But of course, that does do something to the rotations, because that field is a very easy place to make your rotations from, because no one's going to be camping nearby to shoot out your vehicles. And that's why Erangel is such a good map for that. And going in, you can already see some of the rotations coming in. STDC. Swag leading the charge across the bridge next to Cube. They're going to be making their way on the northern side. Panda, he finds Pronet.
Targets, yeah.
2, 3, looking for 2. Oh my God, is he going to get styled on as well?
Yeah, he had to run away now, and obviously they turn around. But it
got two
seems
knocks.
like Singularity has a chance. Panda is still alive with this grenade coming. If that rolls down, it rolls right into his hands. But no, Panda's already on the other side. He could finish Didi Zor if he comes up there, but no, Reliance knows about that.
You need to do it together, boys. You need to do it together.
Yeah.
The smoke comes out with the grenade from Panda, takes down Relance. And now Panda is on a 1v1 on Necro, and he knows exactly where he is. Necro hasn't pushed up. He sees him running in the open. There's no cover for Necro. Panda's done it all on his own. 4
An entire
kills.
team on his own. Panda is just madness right now. Why does he even bring the rest of the squad?
It's only 5 minutes into the game. Renee, it's 5 minutes.
4 kills.
5 minutes into the game. South America, you are doing a good job at entertaining us all. Holy moly. Pronet they're out. Just a rotation like that. You know that Singularity, they loot Rollsock, and if you're late on that rotation, well, I don't know if that was even a late rotation. That's a very early rotation. Just don't rotate through Rollsock. You now learn for the rest of your games. Don't do it. And Singularity, after doing that, looting up, and they're going straight into the circle, wherever they want to go, and they've got clean pickings from whatever compound they want to take. 2 crates coming in.
Man, Panda. I don't have any words to that anymore. I just really love that moment at the bridge. I mean, he was spotted, then shooting at 2 cars, not getting run over, taking some damage. All of them got out the car so they could actually shoot back. And he had nothing to work with but the bridge, left and right. And he took down 4 people.
That's lovely Groza and AWM. Okay, so the Atex is in the wrong crate, but they're not that far from each other. So it's going to be a nice, lovely 2 crates for whoever is lucky enough to pass by and pick them both up right now. Groza, a good weapon to have in close quarters, a lot more damage as well for a 7.62 rifle and a higher fire rate. But the recoil is pretty challenging to control, but you definitely want to have that in a close quarters fight. But not Lola 7.62, as it takes up more space in your inventory. Fury are getting shot at by Singularity. They're really on one right now. I bet that 4 kills for Panda has really given Singularity a lot of momentum going into this. And look at them, they're spraying at Fury, making it hard for them to decide exactly where to go to. But no nades on Poma, sorry. At the current moment, he does have a lot of utility in smokes and flashbangs and the molly. Belita's coming in and he takes down Hayaguin from behind. And look at this. Look at the density of people just above shooting range, the south side of the shooting range.
Yeah, it's a bit crowded there. Up there north, it seems like. And Furia is not in the best position. Panda fights another one. He's downing Belita. He's also flushing him out right now. But I'm actually going crazy. It would be 5 kills in the first 10 minutes on the same player. But Belita will be picked up by Mufasa. And they are behind cover, so that's not really a problem. Let's see, PUBG, they obviously coming from their Sosnovka Island, as they always do. PG coming from Ferry Pier across Gatlaka and Pachinki, and BLT is slightly before them. They might run into Furious Gaming, though.
This is really interesting, just looking at the way everyone's rotating. I feel like every single team here is over-rotating to the northern part of this circle. No one is staying in the south. FG, they have both the crates, so they have their Orm and they have the Atex, so they're going to be kitted out with 2 players with level 3 armor. But look at that. No one is in the southern part of the map. Not at all. Everyone's over-rotating. You'd never know the circle could shift back down, and suddenly everyone's on your boat, on your bike, and they have to go straight through the rest of the team. Even like Mechanicas, they're doing a long, it's like a phase rotation up through Stalba. Look at how north they are coming in. They're going to be late to the party, but also if they want to rotate back, okay, are they going to go straight through everyone? Look at that density just in that middle area of that top part of the circle. They don't want to ride through that. You don't want to drive through that. Everyone's going to be shooting at you, so you're going to have to go all the way back around. Pug B, they're going to be coming in as well, very late. REI, they're just holding out outside Yasnaya, and I really want to see this Yasnaya finish. I really hope that it shifts south, because it will really punish all these teams for over-rotating and committing too much to that north side.
Look at the Mechanicas going all the way up north. You said that everyone is trying to be as far up north as possible.
It's just an over-rotate.
Puck B, FG, BLT, and PG. That's the south part. Where's Singularity? They also moved up north, which is kind of surprising to me. And the next circle still includes Yasnaya and obviously Stalba. It's not that far up north as the others would have hoped, I think. In terms of it shifted too far to the east instead of having a bit more of the west in, where currently everyone is. That means they all have to, walk once again.
So a lot of the teams aren't in the circle, so they're going to have to just get in their vehicles and fight through the massive wall and army of vehicles that are coming in. You can see Singularity on it, Fury as well, FG and FK. They're coming in, but Fury, they're going to be sitting at that crossroad compound, and they're just going to be shooting at every single person driving past. But this is terrible for them, because they're going to be the last ones in to their rotation. They're still in the circle, so they can wait. But no one is, Stalba's open, Yasnaya is open. You can see FG, they're already taking into Yasnaya. There is that chance that it could just shift south and go into Yasnaya. We might see an urban finish, and it'd be insane if we do. Singularity is still raining down hellfire on every single team that's there. Lokex, he does get tagged up by REI. They've come into the fray from elsewhere, and it looks like Cabron gets he actually knocks himself, but Mechanicas is quite nearby. I don't think they've noticed though. Able to get it. Durr takes down Hypo, so a lot of team damage coming out on this rotation. Kovad finally knocks down Andy and Raspu. So Fury is actually getting some kills onto Raspu, finishes him off as well. Brazilian Crusaders are not having a good run at all right now. Not a good run.
Yeah, it seems to be not their day. I mean, there's another 2 days coming up, but they kind of spread the gap too much to the lead right now. If they want to have a shot at day 2 or day 3 to get back onto the podium spots or obviously the money spots, it's not just the Grand Slam, it's also 50k on the line. And it looks a bit better for Mechanicus, for Singularity, and even Furious Gaming. Space Monkeys, they also wait for that one really good game for them, because so far they weren't really impressing. They had good moments, but it wasn't enough to really have an impact on the scoreboard.
BLT coming in, edge of circle, you can see it there on the eastern side. And now everyone's kind of splitting up. The density, not so much dense in one area. Everyone's kind of split up. Stalber, the topography is lots of different levels to be using. Brazilian Crusaders, they're down to their last 2 players. They're out in the northern side as well. BLT, they have just spotted PUBG. They're not facing them, though. PUBG need to be more aware about their surroundings. Ragnar, he's not going to go for the shots. Not going to give away his position just yet. Just scouting, giving the information. That's the fog of war of PUBG. What can you see? How much information do you have? You can just see both these players. These little bananas just standing there lining up. Ooh, if they stand still, and they do, the headshot comes in, one gets knocked, the second one gets knocked as well. You don't want to stand still in the open like that, boys. Heino and Hypow, they're going to get taken care of nice and easy. Ragnar and who else was it? Sizzlian takes them out. Ragnar picks up both those kills. So some good timing, some good trigger discipline.
I loved it. Yeah, trigger discipline, how patient they were. And then they didn't hesitate at that moment where everything was falling in place for them.
Yeah.
Instead, we saw that previously. Sometimes people then hesitate, not taking the shot, and they try for it to happen another time. But no, they didn't need that. They saw the first time that they could go through with it, and they did. And with a new circle, Singularity found themselves right dead center.
Okay, the circle does shift. It's still skewed towards the north, so we're looking to see like a very southern Stalber finish, but Yasnaya, the entirety of it's still in. And usually at this point, when Yasnaya is in the circle, and if it was a bit more in it, EU and NA, you just see everyone just diving into a compound, into a building in Yasnaya. Try and get in there early, don't get in there late. And again, that could be an over-rotation. So again, the South American region, still a bit methodical about their rotations. You can see Brazilian Crusaders, they're going to go for a long rotation around Stalber. They're going to try and come in around the south because that's the safest for them. Fury as well, sticking on the edge. They don't want to go straight through the likes of FK, who's shooting them right now. STDC, they're in the circle. They're going to be gatekeeping. RAI, they have a very strong compound, and Singularity have a very strong area in the circle. PUBG, they have the warehouse. It's a lot of flat land, though. They can be approached from above and the ridgeline just on their south. But PG, they're taking a fight with FG, so a little fight happening in Yasnaya. And Space Monkeys holding off Black Dragons up there. Malvinas Gaming coming in into Stalber. They're going to be meeting Laranja Mechanicas as well. And Brazilian Crusaders coming in just behind them. Too strong.
Yeah, the Brazilian Crusaders, they obviously want to rack up some kills. They really need to get more points out of this last round. It's not just placement. They need the kills. They need to fight teams that they can basically blast off that map. That's what they currently need. Black Dragons, they had an amazing, I think, second round. And afterwards, it was kindly slowly dying off for them. PG now fighting with Furious Gaming and Yasnaya, or the edge of Yasnaya, because those teams are the most southern teams right now. Furia getting pushed by Black Dragons. Black Dragons once again being more aggressive. Kill Demo finds Jürgen. And it seems like they might be able to kill him with the next grenade, cooking it a bit longer. And that might be the moment where his teammate tries to move in. They find one, but everyone on Black Dragon is pushing, and they get an entire team. Fury Esports is eliminated.
The whole team just got eliminated in like a matter of seconds. An insane push by Black Dragons. They hear the vehicles, they push up, and they say, no, we are the gatekeepers of the Stalber region. You cannot make this dirt road. You cannot go up this dirt road at all. And Black Dragons, they clear out that northern part for themselves. So now the only people that they have to really, really worry about are in front of them. Space Monkeys and everyone else up on Stalber. Letty, he does fall to Rusty Zera, and now Brazilian Crusaders, only 2 men up right now. That's a long nade. That's a very long nade. It's just not going to connect. Right now, Psychopata, he's going to hold the backside of that watchtower, but Rusty Zera can make his way in to the observatory, and now the rest of Laranja Mechanicas, they're going to just head out of Stalba and make their way into the tree line and the ridgy area. And the next circle is going to go north, so we're going to be seeing the Stalba finish.
Yeah, and that's obviously playing in favor of, as well as its Singularity and Mechanicas, because Mechanicas is with the Brazilian Crusader still up on Starbar, all the way up north, but there's also Malvinas Gaming, and we didn't saw a lot of them so far in the entire day, but now they got a really, really good position. My Mufasa got killed by Panda. He's stealing it from Handy Who, so that's another point on Panda. That guy sits on 5 kills all alone, and it seems like he's not going to stop yet. He's just going for more.
Honestly, Panda, he's done enough for his team in this game. First wiping out an entire team single-handedly, and now he's just getting more points. Even though he's not getting the knocks, he is just racking the points up for his team. Singularity, they don't need it, but they sure do want it, and that's the difference. And Black Dragons, you can see now they're pushing up aggressively. They're going to be taking on Boss, that is just right in front of them in this little shed compound. And the nades are coming in, the smokes are going to be coming out as well. And they're really confusing Boss right now. I have no idea exactly where Black Dragons are.
Yeah, I wonder if like Black Dragons, if they can win once again. Panda, by the way, is dropping the next one, but COVID is not yet flushed out. But just like our Black Dragons always try to push, I'm just not sure if that's a good idea right now with the position of Boss Esports. PUBG gets a kill against the Mechanicas. Seems like that's not really their game. They lost 1 man already. They lost the second, so they're down to 2 with that early on. We're not yet at the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, PG are in a fight with FG right now. PG have already lost 2 players. They're knocked. They haven't been eliminated completely. PUBG, there we go. PG, FG actually start confirming a few kills there. Noah falls in the first Black Dragon fight. Godzilla also falls to that. Can he get confirmed? Okay, Noah does, but no one else does. Vinny, he falls as well. Black Dragon's completely aware of where everyone is. And so 2 fights going on. FG taking on PG right now, and no one's actually fully finished at the moment. It's just a stalemate fight.
It's a lot of drops and a lot of kills even.
But Black
Dragons, not an entire team.
They're still sticking on this fight onto Boss, and they've taken it down to... Oh, no, they haven't. Zona takes down Burke, but it's going to be Zona, and he gets finished off by Feiska. And there we go. Black Dragons come out on top, and they haven't lost anyone. Only Burke gets dropped.
Yeah, and they already got 8 kills. That's 2 entire squads. They got rid of that early on. Now we see Singularity fighting with Mechanicas, and we all see Hanu once again dropping someone. This time it was someone of the Black Dragons. STDC Swag also falls. That will be a very interesting shift now. Especially, I still see Malvinas Gaming up there, right next to BRC, right next to BLT, and I really want them to finally get into this fight and do something.
I think Ragnar knows that they're up there. Yeah, they do. So they're throwing nades up. They're just going to use that to kind of scare them a tiny bit. But they can hold that ridge. It is so hard. When you have someone at the bottom of that ridge, they have the advantage there because you have to run up above them, and you see their head before... Sorry, if you're on top of the ridge, your head gets seen by them before you see them. So they do have Pika's advantage in that situation. But BLT, they're going to play smart. They're going to fall back as a 4-man team. There's no one else around them apart from Belminas. So they should essentially do a 4-man push up there and stop them from pushing down ever so further. But the next cycle is going to show itself. And Malvinas, they're still going to... Well, they're going to have to stay up there. They can. They don't have to move down. It's going to be Singularity who will start rotating more towards the west side of the circle. Space Monkeys getting completely pinned by Black Dragons as they make their rotation in. Black Dragons a lot further from the circles than Space Monkeys. But there's just a long-range fight where bullets and lead is being exchanged.
I wonder, though, if Malvinas will really stay in that spot, because I think they got a proper one right now. They just need to play with it a bit more. And they tried. They got scared away by the BLT grenades. We saw that early on in that rotation. Oh, look, Space Monkeys on the way. Black Dragons on the way. FK on the way. And then Ray's coming from the back. Oh. This will be a cluster happening right there.
Close.
Did you try to mute me in between?
No. I'm
not going for that, don't worry.
I muted myself because I wanted to cough at that point.
I was like wondering if you reached for my mute button.
Like, If only I
Might
was
say
that
it.
professional.
No. I'm not doing
No,
it.
but I agree with you. That whole western side is going to be chaos and carnage right now because Singularity, they're going to get involved. FK's already gatekeeping. What is this by Tranco? He spots one. It's level 3 armor. He's going to be the Groza. That's where it really shines, the Groza in close range. But FG, they do a bit of team damage at the moment as well. They have to... Well, it was just that insane spray coming in.
Oh, no! Comes up on the upper side. Yeah, that's it. He takes them down. Energy and Danny. So it seems like PUBG is still alive.
Still alive, one
WS.
strong. He just runs straight in. I mean, he saw the kill feed. He knew that FG had done a bit of team damage and they had knocked their own team. 2 members of their own team got knocked by 1 person. And that's because they just lined up after the initial kill. That's a good grenade. It's going to come down. It's not going to do any damage to Rafa, but it's going to completely deafen him. So PUBG, they survive a bit longer. Another team's been taken out. Panda doing a lot of damage onto Black Dragon. So Singularity getting involved in this fight. Finally, it's kicking off on the western side. Singularity have the really good position here. They aren't going to be contested. There's 2 teams that need to make their way in. As Black Dragons and REI. They have to fight each other while fighting Singularity, who have complete vision of them. On that
I
high
want to just
ground.
go crazy every single time I see Panda doing something. He dropped another one.
He's
Once
on a
again,
high
not
right
a
now.
kill.
He's
I just-
literally on a high.
I just wait for another kill off him. That's definitely true. Black Dragon down to only 2, but they also got the 8 kills, so that's enough. They dropped another one. Maybe they can keep that kill before it gets stolen by Singularity because they're right above that. Panda drops the next one just because that's what Panda does, and he kills one as well. Ragnar falls to Kazakhs from the... Malvitas Gaming. Lawrence also down. Doesn't look good for Ray at all. Panthers Gaming is now eliminated. Logan falls. Rocky falls. GBL falls. And Panda gets another kill off that as well. Okay, he's on 8. 8.
Yeah, Singularity have 8 kills. Panda has all those 8 kills.
Team Panda. I mean, it's Singularity, so it kind of fits.
Literally 8 kills. That is insane for one player. Holy crap.
But wait, isn't that how we started today?
It is how we started today.
We had a team with a single player having 8 kills on the first round.
I mean, Poma, he's insane. Panda, he's insane as well. And they're really, really just showing up. I think Panda, after that insane team wipe at the start, he is just completely like pumped up with testosterone and adrenaline right now. He's hitting all of his shots and he's really getting it. There we go. Poma finally gets knocked into Harold, and I bet Panda's going to be the one to finish him off. I mean, at this rate, I'll put my money on that. It's easy money making with those bets. Mechanicas, they're down to 1 person. They haven't had a great game this time round.
No, not at all, but hey, they had beautiful 3 rounds. Absolutely fine. Henry Hu finally gets the last Black Dragon player. Ribbo finds a rougher, but oh, it's Mechanica stealing that kill. So even with only having one man alive, they at least get another point off the hands of a Singularity.
Yeah, they're still not in the placement points part yet. 1 more team needs to fall before teams start being awarded placement points. It is 8th place for 1 point, 7th place for 1 point, and then after that you start getting more points as you go up. And it looks like Singularity, they're looking super strong right now. The next fight is going to be against either STDC, or if they try and get into the circle, be against BLT. FK Handy Who, he still needs to make his way into the circle. Not too sure what happens to the rest of his team. It is Mechanicas that drops in 9th place, so no points for them in placements, just 2 points for the kills that they got. And he is taking his team 2 places. Poma finds Cassin as Panda falls but isn't wiped out, so the MVP of the game can be revived and they can take him into the final stages of the game as we go into the closing stages of Phase 6.
He will definitely come up. I'm absolutely sure there was already the smoke laying down for him, so he can be picked up. Poma is around. Was it another? No, it wasn't a grenade. I was quite surprised if they'll actually get them immediately. He has 1 grenade on him, though. He could, but there's a grenade coming above him. That is Ribbo, low kicks, Panda, they all pushing around the corner now, and it is Ribbo that gets that kill pretty easily. You just push around the Rich, and he's getting it immediately. So that's is it another team flushed out? It is,
Yeah.
yes, we're down to 6.
Yeah. That is the confidence I like to see from players in PUBG. You know, mechanically, it is a harder game to play than many of the other FPSs. It does feel a bit clunky at times, but when you're so confident in your movement and your spray, in your aiming, then it is a beautiful game to watch, and especially the way Singularity are playing it, just like that. They're going for the push. They know there's 1 person. They know there's 1 person there at least. They don't know if there's anyone else behind them, but they're still going to commit to that fight because they are really, really wanting to get all these points as they can. Poma does get tagged up by Uncle, the Kar 98, but Singularity Singularity. They are in the circle, but they don't have a lot of cover next to them, as you can see, and neither do Malvinas if they want to push down, but they are in the circle too. But up in the north, they do have the uphill advantage on Singularity. But I'm going to be amazed if Singularity pulls something out here again and wipe them out. Einkel doing a lot of damage with the Kar98. Unfortunately, not being able to hit heads at the moment. I'm pretty sure 2 members of Singularity do have level 3 gear. So it's going to be a lot harder.
Harold and Sisson are basically above Handy Who, and he's just waiting for them to maybe show themselves so he can get a kill on the board. Harold now coming down, still not enough to be in the line of sight of Handy Who, I guess. But they will be there soon. Space Monkeys losing, I guess it's Rusty Zero from the Brazilian Crusaders are still in.
Yeah,
all right, 2 kills. To be honest, I overlooked them on this time. I'm sorry. Another Space Monkey K-Run falls to Rusty Zero. Also, Psychopath gets one, but it's only knocks. Now
Where have they just come from?
Kills.
Where have Brazilian Crusaders just come from? Sicilian takes down Judro, so that's Space Monkeys eliminated in 6th place. Brazilian Crusaders, they have been snaking their entire way. They're still too strong. I think they might have just lost one. No, they haven't lost one in there. Psychopata. And now Malvinas Gaming, they know the Brazilian Crusaders are nearby. They get the knocker to Rusty Zero, and the rest of them are going to be pushing up. Whereas Psychopata, they want to finish him off and make sure that this part of the circle, this part of the zone is clear for them to use it. But Psychopata has just used the ridge line, used the cover of the hill to make his way further down into the zone. He's not really in the zone, but he's got cover from Malvinas Gaming. It's a 1 versus 4 up there, or it's a 1 versus 2 as you go down. Rusty Zero falls. He falls, he gets finished off. But Psychopata, he's the last hope for the Brazilian Crusaders, and he's going on a 1-man crusade towards BLT. Bit Loft. What can he do against them? While BLT start fighting Malvinas Gaming, Ali gets taken down. And 4 kills for BLT coming into the final stage.
Yeah, they look
10,
good right
making it 11.
11, yeah. Poma gets Handy Who. So they got enough points already to basically not score anything on placement, but they're also in the top 4. So they will score. Psychopata, he's waiting now. He's all alone. Does he really want to show himself, or is he patient enough to just crawl into the circle and wait? Rebel trying to go for another kill. Not connecting that much once again. Einkel wasn't if Einkel was on the KR90, wasn't it?
Einkel, yeah, he had the Kar98. Yeah,
K98, yeah, that's what he's on. When he was shooting down the hill, I was just time of the day.
So,
sorry.
So Malvinas Gaming, they changed their line of sight towards Brazilian Crusaders, and in that split second, 2 members of Singularity have pushed up really close to them and closed the gap. And you don't want Singularity to be this close to you. They are insane at close quarters. We've seen it game after game.
Yeah, I fear that Malvinas was probably looking for a quicker elimination of an entire team. That's why they turned around to Brazilian Crusaders, because they know they're down to just 1. Poma gets another beautiful shot on Harold and drops him. There might be a chance for him to even finish that. Harold falls to Poma, yep, that's it. And Sicilian falls to Punda. He picks up another one. That should be his 9th Einkel fight. Psychopata. With that, we say goodbye to Brazilian Crusaders on 3rd position. Ends the last 2. It is the entire squad of Team Singularity versus the entire squad of Malvinas Gaming. Finally, Malvinas have a chance for a round win.
Do we see this in game 2, or is it Mechanicas?
Panda, another one.
Panda gets Ali. He started his game strong, and he wants to end it strong. He's getting sprayed up by Einkel, but he's not getting finished off. He returns fire onto Einkel. Einkel peeks out again. He misses a few shots, but there we go. Panda's out for the game, but Lokex, he's going to come in from the side. He's so close, and he wipes the rest of Malvinas Gaming out, and like that, Singularity, 17 kills, and how many of them were on Panda?
10.
How many of them were on Panda? Jesus Christ, man. 10.
Yeah, because I saw when everything ended, they gave one of the kills to Panda. He's on 10. 10, man. 10. 4 on Poma. That's also good. And then Ribble, 2. Low kicks, 1. I mean, they all contributed something, but Panda definitely get things started for them in game number 5. Wow. Panda, man, that was... You're right.
Yeah, I want to go to bed. Oh, man.
Seeing the run of a lifetime, and he's like, I really want to go to bed.
That's 10 kills on one player.
Yeah, it's because the height of your career is done now. That's
done, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Brazilian PUBG is just, that's insane. I mean,
Oh, wow.
you know, I would be expecting someone like Poma to
Sorry.
do it, but Panda coming in like 1v4 right at the start. 1v4, we're going to see it right now. We're going to see it happen. That grenade comes in. He knocks 2 players out of their vehicles, takes down DT Zor, takes down Relance with a grenade, and then takes down Necro. His team's not even nearby. Okay, look. Lokex, he throws a nade. It's all right. You just wasted utility there. Panda's got it. And again, here we go. Some more frags, but it's all right. You know, you've got... Okay. Mechanicas, they got 20 kills. Sorry, they got how many? Wait, they got 12, didn't they? They got 12 kills last game, so they got 22 points.
Yeah.
17 kills.
That is
27 points.
Yeah, that is more
27
than
points.
most of the other teams did in all 5.
There we go, Panda getting more kills. Yep.
Is that like a Panda highlight reel? Can we have only his kills this time?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a frag movie.
Yeah,
just for
15
Panda.
minutes long.
The frag movie could just be this game. Like,
The entire game.
that's it. But my God, it is really coming into play right now. Singularity. Okay, like Mechanicas, they increased the gap from 1st to 2nd place. Singularity, they've closed it and surpassed that gap. Mechanicas did not have a great game again. Okay, we did say you can have one of few games that are off, like your off games at the moment. But Singularity, so far they have been very consistent. They have been very consistent, and I think that like that first 4-man, that full squad wipe by Panda really just triggered something in him.
Yeah,
honestly,
I
really triggered something in
think
him.
they were just running away with the game then. They felt as like, this is our game. We can make everything happening right now.
You could
and then
literally
just roll with it.
see so much confidence in just their play style. They were like, you know what, we don't care at this point if we don't.
They had that Poma carrying them earlier today. And then it was like, Poma was slightly, I don't want to say dropping off, because sometimes just because you didn't have the chance.
Yeah.
And then Panda's just like, man, don't worry. If you're not on 8, I'll make it happen. Because I think it was Poma being on 8 earlier today.
Yeah. Like, he nearly clutched around by himself 1v4 at the end of the game. And we've seen him clutch before. We saw him in Wingman playing insanely. Was it him and Panda? Yeah, I think it was him and Panda.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
two.
so you can see that they play the duos. They've had their practice from the South American Wingman series, yesterday. So they're fresh and they're ready. They're ready to go. But, you know, one player getting 10 kills for the entirety of the game. It takes me back to like the first ever game of the PEL, where TSM, they got 33 points for their first game, right? 33 points. That's insane. A Brazilian team like that, a team that we didn't even see at the major last time, you know, managing to do something like that, very, very close to that kind of skill level, is just amazing to see.
They did an important step towards a chance to go to the Grand Slam.
Yes.
Which is, it's not just the money, it's also going to Grand Slam. And with winning day 1, with approximately a big gap, that's what we assume will be on the scoreboard as soon as we have it ready. With that, you can go into day 2, and as long as they don't go overconfident, like, you know, like get cocky and all that, go into day 2 and get wrecked, man, they just need to play good tomorrow.
I think they know at this point that they are one of the better teams in the lobby, and they play like so. They are pushing, like, at the end there, they were making these insane pushes across, like, you know, areas that they should be punished for being pushing across, right? They have no cover. They're not diving from cover. They're literally diving from cover into an open field, and the next cover is about more than 20 meters, 50 meters away, uphill, right? They are playing like they know they're going to die, but they don't care, because you're not going to be expecting a team to be playing like that. You're like, Tobi said it, you're going to see a player like running across the open, and you're like, no, that can't be real. Am I seeing something? No one is that stupid enough to run across the open, and no one shoots at him at all. But let's have a look at the scoreboard. Let's see what that's done for game 4. For game 4. For game 5, I'm just used to doing 4 games a night. But yeah, game 5, Singularity, 27 poor... What on earth?
What?
Okay.
999.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, it's not even that. I'm just trying to figure out whether the scoreboard is wrong or this is actually legit. First place has 27 points, but second place has 9 points?
Wait, it's Malvinas Gaming. They came second, which is it 6
It's
points?
6 points.
So they got 3 kills only because they really didn't do much.
That is a huge gap.
I told you, Malvinas Gaming, the only chance for them to score big was to actually win it, because they never really got into any of the fights on the later circles. They were hanging out there on top of the hill,
That is a
waiting.
That is a huge gap, man. That is such a big gap between first and second. We just saw
18 points.
We just saw Black Dragons there in fourth place, 0 placement points, but because I had 9 kills, that takes them up into joint second place. And after game 5, all the points accumulated. That gap that L'Orange and Mechanica had has been completely reduced to nothing, and there's a bigger gap for Team Singularity. 64 points in the lead going into day 2, and Laranja Mechanica with 47 points and not that far behind. 6 points behind is Bitloft. FK Team 36, 33 and Furious Gamers. Black Dragons 33, 30, 27, and this is when we fall into the 20 region all the way down to 13th place.
I expect the Singularity up there. I expect Mechanica on second. I'm a bit surprised with Bitloft, not because I think they don't deserve it, but I think it's one of the teams that we kind of overlook due to all the storylines that were going on around them. We always saw them being part of it a bit. We obviously saw Ragnar's amazing performance in that track, but I never really had them on the radar since they didn't win a single round. They didn't have a round where they racking up kills like massively, but consistency. Still third position after day 1.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, consistency is what PUBG is about. You know, if you can consistently come second, third, fourth, maybe over and over again, if you come fourth every single game, there's a very high chance that the team that's currently top will have a lot of bad games and they won't be getting as many points, and you'll eventually catch them up. But don't forget that these teams in the LATAM Masters are playing for the chance to, one, not only be the best team in the South American region, they're also playing for a chance for the top 2 spots that have the invitational to the GLL Grand Slam, which is the next major. And a lot of these teams are really proving themselves to want to go.
And the share obviously of 50,000 as a prize pool that's also on the line for the GLL Latin American Masters. Is there anything else that we need to mention? Obviously, we're coming back tomorrow with day 2, and then the day after with day 3. All that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, so tomorrow we're going to be focusing entirely on Miramar.
Oh yeah, 5 matches Miramar only.
I'll be putting on the yellow shirt.
Can I not beat it?
I'm going to be looking like I'm ready for Miramar.
It's not holidays, man.
I mean,
pure war.
It is.
Pure war.
You should get into the flowery shirts, man. You should get into it.
Yeah, but if I tell the stream now which clothes size you have, then they understand why not even me fit in it, and I'm really small.
I mean, this is actually really tight. I should have gone for one bigger. It's extra small.
It's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that exists, but that's what he's wearing. XXS.
Yeah. Oh well.
Enough of that.
Nonetheless, enough of that. Let's. Okay, that is it for us for today. That is 5 games of some insane PUBG action, some of the best I've ever seen. South America, I have my utmost respect for you, and I love you so much. Please keep up the action. We're going to be going to Miramar, where the chaos just descends even more completely. My name is Talha. This has been Renee. I hope you've enjoyed our cast, and we'll be back tomorrow for more PUBG action for the Latin American Masters. Yeah, for GLL. So don't go anywhere. Have a nice sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow.